Opening week is brought to you by Burger King. Another gorgeous evening here at Camden Yards as the Orioles come off the sweep of the Twins that open up this three-game set. First meeting of the year, of course, against the Yankees. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. And yes, it has been about the Orioles starter, obviously. They have been so good. And Buck Showalter all year and spring training-wise talked about competition, both position players and among pitchers. That's what's going on now. Each of them coming out trying to best the last starter. That's what Brian Matusz is going to try and do, but it will not be easy. Take a look at what the starters have done for the Orioles. Arrieta opening it up, no earned runs, 7 innings. Hunter following up, no earned runs, 7 innings. And then almost a no-hitter. As he took that 1 through 7, Jason Hamill, a magnificent performance. So that's what Brian Matusz knows has happened. He watched it. Now Jim Palmer, he's got to try and do it.
Yeah, and, I think Rick Adair, the pitching coach, probably summed it up pretty well. He said the Twins are still trying to find their footing as a ball club. We know about the Yankees. Now, they struggled. They're 0-3, did not hit well against the second-best pitching team in baseball last year, the Rays. 6 for 25, 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. But Brian Matusz, when he is pitching well, which is the case now, he's in shape, he's prepared. You try to control as many variables, Gary, as you know, and he's done that. He worked out with Brady Anderson. He's ready for the start, and he'll do it against a team. Last year, the Orioles only won 5 of the 18 games. They got outscored 122-72. So if you're Brian, what you want to do, make these guys think you have a chance to win. Even if you give up some runs, stay away from the beginning.
And so much of it is about confidence, and the need for him to regain the confidence that he had a couple of years ago. Take a look at the record, career versus the Yankees by starts, the first 5, then the last 2, just no comparison.
Yeah, last year I think you could really throw out. Obviously, you can't take it out of the record book, but if you go back, one of the best pitch games I ever saw was in Yankee Stadium. Brian Matusz pitched on a Saturday afternoon against one of the best offenses in baseball. They didn't have a chance. So he is capable of doing it. He's got 4 pitches. That's what you need. You have to stay out of hitters' counts. But even if you're in hitters' counts against the Yankees, if you can make quality pitches, something he did at the end of 2010 and back in 2009, you have a chance.
And he will do what everybody on the staff really is doing more and more of as Matt Wieters matures and becomes a greater knowledgeable about the league. He's the one who's in charge of the games. He makes the calls. Brian Matusz has said, look, all I got to do is go out there, look at the fingers that are being laid down. I mean, I might make a change, but really he's going to go with Wieters.
Yeah, Wieters had a great weekend.
Yeah. And that he hopefully will be extended as far as Brian Matusz is concerned. When we come back, it's the Orioles and the Yankees. Our first pitch. We'll take a look at the lineups in just a minute. Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. It is a beautiful evening. Very windy day in the city. But here in the ballpark, because it's surrounded by the stands and the warehouse, there's hardly any breeze at all in the field. Our Train game time temperature brought to you by Train. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a Train. 65 degrees and very comfortable here at the ballpark tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. For the Yankees, it'll be Jeter, Swisher, Cano, Rodriguez, Teixeira, Granderson, Jones, Martin, and Nunez. Cano, big numbers against the Orioles. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out the powerful lineup.
And take a look at our AFCIA Intelligent Report. Visit AFCIA.org. The Association for IT Pros. Well, a lot of life lessons last year when you go 1-9 with an ERA of over 10 runs a game, about work ethic and preparation. So that's all changed. Same old, just pretty much do what you did in spring training. Had a great spring, maybe one bad outing. And then damage control. When you play the Yankees, give them a run, but don't give them 3 or 4. That was the case last year when the Orioles won only 5 of the 18 games they played, got outscored by 50 runs in those 18 games.
The Orioles have gone 5-13 against the Yankees each of the last 3 years. So that's one of those numbers that's got to be corrected for the Orioles to make some move in the American League East. Here is Jeter to lead it off for the Yankees. He is 8 for 19 against Matusz. A lot of big numbers in this lineup for the Yankees against the Orioles left-handed starter. There you see the numbers for Jeter from last season. Jeter in the Tampa Bay series ended up going 3 for 13. Here's the 1-0 delivery to him, and he'll take it away for a ball. There you see the career numbers against the Orioles. They are all-time highs since '54. In runs, doubles tied for second, hits third, and total bases fifth. The 2-0 pitch, and that will be in their first strike.
Yeah, the first 2 were overthrown. And again, pitching's rhythm, so such a difference between being intense and too tense. When you face the Yankees, he was saying, well, I'm not anxious, I'm a little apprehensive. I said I was apprehensive every game I ever had. You just don't know what's going to happen.
2-1 delivery. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Reimold over to get it. So Jeter adds to those numbers, and the Yankees have a leadoff single.
Take a look at the defense behind Brian Matusz, Reimold, Jones, Markakis, couple of Gold Gloves, center and right. Markakis last year. Reynolds, Hardy, Andino, Chris Davis over at first, and then Matt Wieters, who was the Gold Glove winner in the American League in 2011 behind the plate.
The Yankees against Tampa Bay were out hit with the Rays hitting .302 and the Yankees .212. They were outscored 18-12 in their 3 losses there. The Orioles hit .275 against the Twins, while the Twins hit only .163 off Oriole pitching. Here's Nick Swisher, the switch hitter, playing in right field. Swisher will stand in without the big numbers against Brian Matusz. He is 1 for 16 with 1 home run. Throughout this lineup, it's either enormous numbers against Matusz by the Yankee players or not much at all. Good off-speed breaking ball that is in, and a 2-strike count.
Yeah, Brian's got the 4 pitches. Got a slider. That was the curve ball. He's got a good changeup. He's looking for a ground ball at one of his infielders, and maybe with 1 pitch get 2 outs. That's the way you'd like to face Robinson Cano, who's waiting on deck.
7 career starts against the Yankees. Brian Matusz 2-4 with a 4.7 earned run average against New York. Jeter at first base, a very short lead. Swisher with a big cut and will foul it back.
Hey, Gary, excuse me, but you go back and look at that weekend series between the Yankees. They were talking about how Joe Madden employed all these shifts, and they hit a lot of balls hard but right at people, and that happens. We know they're a great offensive team, but again, if you make good pitches, you stay out of the middle of the plate, something he couldn't do against Jeter. They usually don't hit the ball as hard.
Playing him towards the middle. This ball is going to be popped up outside of first. Davis will come over, and that's a big out. Those are plays you got to make. And Davis tentatively over and found the room for him. Well, you take a look here. The Yankees 0-3 for the first time since '98. They went on to win 114 games in the World Series, though. Trying to avoid going 0-4 in their franchise history. That would have to go back to '73. And the only other time the Yankees dropped each of their first 4 was 1930. So the Yankees hope to get out of that right here. Girardi clearly just not very worried, obviously.
No, he's not worried. I think the only concern is that Tampa Bay, and again, they're going to have to prove it. They won, what, 91 games last year. Yankees won 97. You are 3 games behind them. So what did he say? We have to pick up half a game a month.
Robinson Cano, we showed you the numbers.
Wow, look at those numbers.
Tremendous numbers against Brian Matusz and big numbers against the Orioles overall. Tremendous year last year. He's had 7 straight years where he's had at least 150 hits. He reached the 25 home run mark for the 3rd straight season last year and got his 3rd career Silver Slugger award for second baseman. He is right now one of the game's best hitters, maybe the best overall.
Yeah, he can hit lefties, righties. It really doesn't matter. I look at that 302 average and I'm going, how did he hit that low? It just seems like when he puts a bat in his hand, it's a magic wand.
Very relaxed, almost at times a gentle swing, but he drives the ball every time he connects. 2 ball 1 strike count. Jeter's on at first base.
Yeah, he's such a good high ball hitter. And let's see, here's another hitter's count.
And he'll take it down low. And already Matusz is into one problem area he's had. He averaged 20 pitches per inning last year, the highest on the Orioles staff. And it's a high number. When you get to 20 or above, you're up there among the leaders in pitches being thrown per inning.
Yeah, his velocity, his ability to finish pitches in 2011, it just wasn't there. There's a good fastball, pretty good swing. But see, again, that's 92. I think what he was able to do, Brady Anderson, of course, worked out with Tommy Hunter, Rick Vanderhurt, who's no longer with the club, Chris Tillman, who's down at AAA Norfolk. And the one thing, at least the initial thing, was get them in shape. Make sure that physically they're ready to compete.
He's got a 3 ball 2 strike count. Cano will step out. Cano a .314 average last year against left-handers. .296 off right-handers. Runner goes. So Derek Jeter was on the go with a 3-2 and 1 down. Jeter will meander at second, having a word with J.J. Hardy, and come back.
Yeah, he's just going to make sure that Matusz, who does not have a good pickoff move, delivers the ball to home plate. Derek can still steal bases when he wants to. Doesn't run a whole lot. Only 22 times last year. Successful 16 times.
Cano had a 3 for 13 in the Tampa series, including a double. Runner goes again. Got to go to first base. Andino. And Cano's retired with Jeter at second, 2 down.
Well, nice little pitch right here. Here's the first one. And now we're 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. Good pitch right there. Another good fastball, and then there a little cutter. But again, because it's 3-2, Jeter's running. Otherwise, maybe I don't think you would have had a double play ball, but you would not have a runner in scoring position.
Our Nissan Pitch Track. Go to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation you can count on. Innovation for all. And here is the designated hitter in this ball game. A-Rod, 3 for 12 with a home run lifetime off Matusz, working as the DH. This is going to be something the Yankees, Joe Girardi, is going to have to do this year. Let's get A-Rod and Jeter out of some ball games. Both the age and the past injury factors making that a necessity. Matusz with a lot of high pitches here in the first inning and a 2-0 count on A-Rod.
It didn't walk very many in the spring, only 3. But you can see maybe a little bit more of a emphatic finish on his pitches. But again, against the Yankees, especially a guy that is well over 600 home runs, and there's a good changeup and a fastball count.
A-Rod had a 3 for 10 off Tampa Bay pitching. This is his 52nd game as a DH. He's done well in this role too, hitting .286, 16 home runs as a designated hitter. That one's going to catch the inside corner, and Matusz will even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brian Matusz trying to get out of this first inning. They have always been tough innings for him in pitches thrown and runs scored in the first. 2-2 delivery. A-Rod up high, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So you're right about being up in the zone, but the velocity probably 6 to 7 miles per hour faster than last year, but the command, at least at this point, not there. And there's the pitch count you talked about. About 5 pitches higher than you would like, and you're still not out of the inning.
21st pitch of the inning, and A-Rod will take it, and he's on. 2 on, 2 down. Velocity-wise, it has been much discussed regarding the Orioles starter.
Yeah, but I think what happens is this, when he came back and you look at 2011, this is when he was injured. This is when he was pitching well. He almost got back to it, but that was to the end of the year. And, of course, he was on his way to really, giving up over three home runs per start. He was just getting knocked around.
Here's Teixeira, and he's going to take the pitch up high for a ball. So the Yankees with 2 on and 2 down. They were 5 for 25 with runners in scoring position against Tampa Bay. Teixeira gets the RBI opportunity here. Teixeira 302 off left-handers last year and only 223 off right-handers. Good breaking ball, and that's in there for a strike. Teixeira had his numbers dip a bit last season, and largely because of the average against right-handers. Jeter off second base, Rodriguez off first. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Had him fooled a bit on that. Let's foul back, and Wieters may have caught on the backswing that time. Just checking to see if your alarm clock had gone off.
That's why they wear the helmets.
1-2. Fastball, base hit. It'll be played by Markakis. It will score Jeter. Cano to third. Yankees lead it. And for the first time in 2012, the Orioles trail in a ball game.
Yeah, just left it up out over the plate. And Teixeira, big, strong, loves to get the arms extended right in his power zone. Watch this. If it's down, maybe you got a chance to get him out. So everything up this inning. And this ball rocketed. You could see the shift on. So they play him the pull, and he kind of hits it just to the left of Andino into right field for the first run for the Yanks.
Joe Madden made all the news over the weekend about constantly shuffling infielders, outfielders, and positioning them in all kinds of different places. Girardi said that's okay. We just keep hitting it hard. We'll get some hits. That's just what happened there. Andino was almost on second base.
And of course, it's a lot easier to do that defensively if you have your pitchers hitting their spots. It's not the case here in the first inning.
Granderson with a big breaking ball that he looks at. It's going to be up high. Granderson, a good left-handed batter against lefties, hit 272 off left-handers last year, 258 off righties. Runners on at first and third. And Matusz will come inside, and Matusz is all over the place here as that pitch count is already climbing. And a 2-0 count.
And 15 of those 41 home runs against left-handed pitching. He actually hit higher average-wise against lefties than righties.
Matusz trying to get that ball down, and that one's going to be inside, and the count goes to 3-0.
Well, pretty much, at least so far, he's been a thrower. And he's not pitching here in the first. That's pretty much easy to do against the Yanks.
Foul back.
And Joe Girardi letting Curtis Granderson try to make it 4-0, hitting 3-0.
16 strikes and 12 balls thrown so far by Brian Matusz. Runners off first and third. Check swing pop up. Could be a problem. Shortstop's got to get it. Hardy will. Reynolds knew he was not going to get there. Was looking to Hardy. Hardy saw that and made the play. The Yankees get a run on a couple of hits and leave 2 on. let's take a look at the Orioles lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Reimold, Hardy, and Markakis, Jones, Wieters, and Reynolds, Betemit, Davis, and Andino. Reimold against the Yankees. Very strong career numbers.
And Ivan Nova, rookie sensation, led all rookie pitchers with 16 wins. As a matter of fact, he's on a 12-game win streak, which is pretty impressive. And again, he does really have great stuff. He can get it up there 93, 94, 95 miles per hour, 4 pitches. Last year, it just seems like cruise control when it came to throwing his slider down and away. So out of nowhere, pretty much. Rule 5 guy. They actually tried to get him Rule 5, gave him back to the Yankees, and he wins 16 games. Padres in 2008. So big kid, 6'4", 225.
6 seasons in the minors before he came up and taken over. 25 years old. Slider's going to miss away. Reimold up. Nolan Reimold, numbers from last season for the Oriole left fielder, and he'll take the pitch for an inside corner strike. Nova, opponents at 258 off him last year. The left-handers at 246, 6 home runs. Right-handers 275 and 7 home runs. And a 2-ball, 1 strike count.
Not exactly a good spring. ERA of over 8 runs a game. Throwing very hard in his last start. No idea where it was going.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to go to second base. That's where Cano moved, and they'll get the out.
Yeah, a little two-seamer slapped right up the middle where Cano is waiting. Jones, Granderson, Swisher. Swisher with 9 assists last year. Munoz, Jeter, Cano, a couple of Gold Glovers there, and Jeter and Cano. Teixeira also a Gold Glover, and then Russell Martin doing the catching for the Yanks.
Ivan Nova is as much a ground ball pitcher as Brian Matusz is a fly ball pitcher. Almost exactly the same percentage for the two pitchers. J.J. Hardy. Nova gets 64% of his outs on ground balls. Brian Matusz gets 64% of his outs on fly balls. 0-1 count. Hardy. He'll slap at that one. It was up. Tried to drive it, and a 2-strike count. Nova does throw a lot of strikes when he's on.
And the other thing he did so well last year, we talked about the 12-game winning streak, is runners in scoring position, clutch time, 215, a very, very low number.
The 0-2 delivery on the way. Hardy will foul that one straight back.
And there's 96.
Hardy had a 2 for 10, including a home run and an RBI in the games against Minnesota. The Orioles with 5 home runs as a team, and they have given up only 1 in that set against the Twins. Hardy 2 for 10 lifetime off Nova. Right-hander's 0-2 delivery to him. That's a chopper. Jeter. Two away, and that'll bring up Nick Markakis. He certainly doesn't mind playing against the Yankees. 305 career average against New York, and even a higher number, 4 for 9 off the starter Nova. Nick has given the Yankees troubles both here at Camden Yards and at Yankee Stadium. Hasn't mattered really what the venue was.
Well, he saw a couple of curveballs, so we'll see if maybe he changes his pitch selection.
2 down and nobody on, and the fastball is in there for a strike. Nick had the big opener, of course, against the Twins, going 5 for 9, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. 0-1 delivery by Nova, and that's going to be in the inside corner, and he gets ahead of Markakis. 0-2.
Yeah, 94-84. Fastball, changeup, got them all. And his stuff, to me, he's got 4 above average pitches. That's why he was 16-4 last year.
And the 0-2 delivery on the way. Markakis will take it to left field, right at Andrew Jones. And Nova gets out of the inning, retiring the Orioles 1-2-3. We've completed 1 in this opener of a 3-game stand against the Yankees. Luna double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. Gorgeous night here. Let's see if Brian Matusz can settle it down a little bit. Just as Jim said, Nova's got that 12 consecutive game win streak going. For Brian Matusz, he's got a 9-game losing streak going that he would like to end here tonight. The longest active losing streak in the majors. Here's Andrew Jones, the veteran, playing in left field in tonight's ball game. He gets in against the left-handers. Brett Gardner out of the lineup, and the breaking ball, which looked pretty good in the first inning, will miss outside for ball one.
Yeah, just a little bit up, and when that's the case, you got to figure, okay, how do I get over my front side to bring the ball down?
Good heater right there,
and even that ball up.
Jones had a 1 for 3 in the game he started against Tampa Bay. He broke into Major League Baseball against the Yankees with the Atlanta Braves. 1996 World Series. In the air to left field. That'll be played by Reimold. He's got it, and Jones is retired. The Maryland Lottery Strike It Rich contestant for our game is Michael Fox from Cascade. Michael, you've already won $500 just for being selected. For every strikeout the Orioles pitch during the game, we'll add another $100 from the Maryland Lottery. See how you can turn non-winning Strike It Rich scratch-offs into cash and enter to win great Orioles prizes at mdlottery.com/strikeitrich. Russell Martin, the Yankee catcher. And put that one up in the air the other way. Last season with the 18 home runs and 65 RBIs for him. 0-1 delivered to Martin. And the fastball down actually that time. And a 1-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, considering the hip and the knee problems he had, didn't really get to work out going into last season. Had a pretty good year for him. Very durable. Hopefully, he seems to hope that he will be a little bit stronger this year. He will be a free agent, so he will be on the open market unless the Yankees, of course, re-sign him.
Ground ball. All second basemen against right-handers play over towards second base in this day and age.
Yeah, unless you're really kind of a, if you're a Jamie Moyer, Scotty McGregor, Tommy John guy where you're a finesse guy, but play up the middle, play percentage baseball. Of course, that ball wasn't getting through because he hit it right up on the trademark.
And that will bring Nunez to the Cape. Eduardo Nunez started Saturday's game as they gave Jeter a day off early and had a 1 for 3 and an RBI before coming out in the 9th inning. Nunez with 2 down and nobody on, and the pitch is taken away for a ball. For Brian Matusz, last year here at Camden Yards, he went 1-4 with an ERA of 11.7. 24 home starts career. He is 7-12 with a 5.2 earned run average here in his home ballpark. 1 ball and 1 strike on Eduardo Nunez. Nunez batting 9th in the order, playing at third base. Outfield pretty much straight away on him, and well, Jones has moved over a little to right now, giving him the gap in left center. So they claim to go the other way. Boy, the alignments this year are going to be one of the big topics of discussion. How the computer world is changing the way you play D. Not very deep, second base. And Dino's got it. So Brian Matusz comes back with a 1-2-3 inning. The Orioles will have Jones, Wieters, and Reynolds coming up when we come back in the second. Go beyond the stadium. Visit Sarasota on Florida's Gulf Coast at number1beach.com. Crossing the causeway over to St. Armand's Circle from Sarasota. That beautiful new bridge built 3 years ago and has really added to the beauty of the area. Great shopping, great eats in that St. Armand's
What's
Circle.
that little boutique hotel that you suggested?
Indigo.
Indigo, yes.
Great hotel. Right down by the Van Wezel where the Performing Arts Center is located. I'm sure you'll be there soon, actually. Here's Adam Jones. Wieters.
I'm going to try to make that next break. For obvious reasons.
And strike taken. Jones 3 for 10 off the 25-year-old right-hander, Ivan Nova. The 0-1 to him. A bit of a slider, misses outside.
Yeah, he is so big and throws the ball so easy that I got to think he's very much like they were talking about Jeremy Hellickson, who shut him out for 8 2/3 last night. That it's just like a little whip, and the ball very sneaky.
Get on you in a hurry.
Yeah, it really does. But of course, it's also 93 to 96, so it's really getting on you in a hurry. Not to mention the breaking stuff. I mean, you really have to hope that he makes a mistake. Either he hangs a breaking ball or he gets into a hitter's counts and maybe takes something off his stuff.
Adam Jones on the cut. Foul tipped, held onto by Martin. And the first strikeout for Nova.
Yeah, so good fastballs, good curveball, and then he gets ahead. Look at this slider. Looks like a fastball, and once it slides, great tilt. When you're 6'4", and you get on top, the ball darts away from the right-handers. And Adam just misses it by a couple of inches.
That'll bring up Matt Wieters, the Orioles catcher. 1 hit, 9 at bats. That's a home run, good for 2 RBIs. Wieters has had a couple of at bats right-handed, 0 for 2, and the home run came from this side of the plate last year with the 22 home runs. He has a homer lifetime off Nova, and the pitch is taken down low, and Nova falls behind him. 2-0. All the games making the starts behind the plate so far for the Orioles, as he'll do much of the season. Got that one. This ball game is going to be tied, and goodbye, home run.
Well, you talked about making a mistake with a breaking ball. It wasn't a breaking ball, but it was an off-speed pitch, a hanging changeup. Want to speed up the bat? Now, both home runs this year on changeups. And he walloped that ball.
So the Orioles continue their use of the long ball, the second of the season for Matt Wieters.
Now take a look again. The intention is to trick him with a changeup, but it's right to the bat head. Bat head. What's the bat head? It's the path of the bat head to the ball. And again, 85 versus 95 allows you to get out in front a little bit.
That ball's down the right field line. They weren't playing him there. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Reynolds running's going to go for 2, and he's going to get it. They had moved Swisher over towards center, and he dumped it right down the line.
Gary, I tell you what, when you're on the mound and not a bad pitch and the ball goes up and you know it's just not going to go foul. Nothing you can do about it. Looks like it hits right on the chalk, and then the spin will take it to the wall. It counts. There you go.
Potential go ahead at second base.
Yeah, is it a little bit lucky? Yep.
Swisher looking in at he's talking to Jeter there, and you saw him hollering.
I learned that from you, Derek. Well, when you got what now, Jeter's got 3,092. Oh, he had a couple soft, didn't he?
Yeah, and a couple hard that were caught.
Well, that's true.
Let's see if Betemit now can get him home. Wilson Betemit, the designated hitter in the ball game. Betemit's only faced Nova a couple of times. He has gone 1 for 2 against him. The Orioles right now are 4 for 18 on the year with runners in scoring position. Jeter will hold Reynolds close at second base. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Out field fairly shallow as Granderson and centers moved in a few steps. Swisher's back. Kind of a weave out there. Actually, Granderson's the only one who's moved in.
Yeah, the flags don't always tell you how the wind is blowing, but it almost looks like the wind must be blowing towards home plate. Maybe the outfielders, infielders feel it certainly a lot more than we do. Good play.
And that one's going to go into the dirt, picked up by Martin. Going to throw into the runner, and a nice play.
That really was. Number one, he blocks it. One of the toughest pitches to block is the curveball because the spin is really kind of going to be a reverse hop. And this is what Russell Martin does so well. And he gets in front of it now. The tough over the head of Bedamit. So there it is. Try to keep it in front of it. Watch this ball come back. And he centers it. And then he'll go get it very, very quickly. Terrific throw over the head of Bedamit going down the line.
Moving up is Reynolds to third base. And the complete shift is on against Chris Davis as Jeter moves over to the other side of second base. Looking for a 2-out RBI. The Orioles first baseman. And the breaking ball will miss. Davis has a 2-for-4 lifetime off Nova. So Davis gets the chance here. For the runners with runners in scoring position last season, he hit .292. Only had 48 at bats in those occasions. 1-0 delivery to him. Davis takes it. It is in there for a strike.
Yeah, Jim Presley, the Orioles hitting instructor, just trying to get Chris Davis, who's got incredible power. Got to cut down on the strikeouts about 38% of the time in his career, and a lot of tee work where you actually just feel like you're hitting down on the ball, you're chopping it.
Fastball will miss inside to him. Davis with a 1-for-6 so far, looking for his first RBI of the season. Davis one strikeout, no walks in that Twin series. There's Mark Reynolds at third base. DeMarlo Hale, the coach, watching the third baseman for him. And that'll be fouled off the other way. So Nova gets the 2-ball, 2-strike count on Davis. Now Cano's being moved. I'm really interested in all this movement. Somebody must have the computer down there in the dugouts now. They see Cano. He moved about 4 steps to his left, and then he brought Teixeira over closer to him. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This is all about computers, and one of the discussions that the general managers are having and the owners is whether or not iPads should be allowed in the dugout. They are not allowed in Major League Baseball in the dugout. The managers and coaches want them, and I think it's going to happen, which will give a chance to adjust pitch by pitch in every game. 3-2 delivery, nasty down and in, and he got him. Third strikeout for Nova. The Orioles get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. It's Wieters delivering the RBI, his second home run of this young season, and that ties the ball game up. Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense, and their families. Federally insured by NCUA. And by Burger King, the proud sponsor of opening week baseball. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer here at Camden Yards. The 20th anniversary celebration of this great ballpark underway. Good crowd up this Monday night. Nowhere near a sellout, but a good crowd. Tough to have the Yankees from the Orioles perspective coming in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday early in the season. We really like to have those games middle of summer.
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Talking about dollars,
but you will,
folks.
Yes, you will.
Strike taken. Jeter went around, didn't like it. Paul Scribner, the home plate umpire.
Yeah. Well, he's never ever liked a close pitch or a check swing. That's what pitchers want them. Hitters don't want them called.
Jeter singled and scored in the first inning. He'll foul that one away.
Take a look at the way they play. They play him a couple of steps. You can deep in left center, and then Jonesy in center field, a couple of steps to right field. And of course, this is a guy that has over 3,000 hits, and it tells you really uses the whole field. And that's why he's such a dangerous hitter. That's why he's a .313 lifetime hitter. And the interesting thing to me, really, is that he's able to do that with runners in scoring position. And if you ask him, he said, "I don't change anything. Same intensity, same focus.
Stick with what works for you."
Yeah, it really does. Look, did you see that number? 349 against left-handed pitching last year.
Jeter waiting on it. Brian Matusz continues to struggle trying to find consistency in location.
Now you can't come up and out of your windup. You still have to, again, your chin and your front shoulder. That's his right shoulder. That's your steering wheel. He's just got to stay down a little bit more through it.
Jeter now 9 for 20 lifetime off Brian Matusz. Here's the 2-2 delivery by Matusz, and he's going to add another. So Jeter's 2 for 2. He let out the first inning with a single, and he does the same thing here in the third. The Orioles and Yankees continue their opening week series tomorrow in the season's first Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. All upper reserve seats for this and all Tuesday home games are once again $9 in advance or $10 on game day. And you get to see part of the ceremonies Tuesday or any other day of the 20th anniversary season. Go to Orioles.com for info.
Derek Jeter stays inside the baseball. That's how he was able to hit that pitch right back up the middle about as well as anybody.
Here's Nick Swisher. Swisher popped out his first time up. Now 1 for 17 against Brian Matusz, and that won a home run. Swisher going after one that was somewhere out there.
That was the best changeup that Brian Matusz has thrown so far tonight. It's the one you kind of wanted put in play. Swisher, he knows he was lucky. Swung right through it.
Swisher in pretty good company as far as home runs are concerned over the last 3 seasons in the American League. Paul Konerko, David Ortiz, the American Leaguers, along with Swisher, with at least 20 home runs in each of the last 7 years. Boy, that's pretty good.
Well, he works the count. I mean, walked 95 times. He's going to strike out over 100. And he looks for pitches. Doesn't mind hitting with 2 strikes. Comes out of the Oakland A's organization. Even the minor leagues struck out 100 times and walked over 100 times. And he airs it out on that fastball.
Brian Matusz gets ahead of him. A ball and 2 strikes. Jeter on at first base. Swisher 327 off lefties last year. 1-2 delivery in the air, center field. Jones. Jeter plays it halfway. Jones has got it. Swisher retired, 1 down. Take a look at our league leaderboard, brought to you by Hollywood Casino. You see the Orioles, league leaders through Sunday in ERA, with the Rangers, Jays, White Sox, Indians, and Mariners all having good opening series, but nothing like the Oriole starters had. Slots, tables, and dining, the ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races.
What year was that food show? What, drive-ins, diners, dives, or whatever?
Yes.
They got an app. Well, of course.
You told me that.
And then you said they got an app for everything.
They do have an app for everything. I was trying to find attachments to go on my emails to the grandkids. There's an app where you can have about any conceivable sticker, virtual sticker, baseballs, footballs, sticks, whatever you want.
Justin Bieber, one of those. Probably a Justin Bieber app. Just in case you want.
I'd really rather have Neil Diamond or Barbra Streisand.
Yeah,
but if you want Justin Bieber, that's where we'll.
Well, so would I. I'm just telling you for your grandkids.
I know what the kids want.
Yes, that's my point there.
Oh, it's about them?
Yes.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. And that's going to miss up high. So Cano grounded out his first time up. Gets ahead on the count. Brian Matusz has had 2-0 counts, one after the other throughout.
It's not the way you want to pitch. Now, it doesn't mean you can't pitch this way if you make good pitches, but I always found it usually means you got to aim for more at the plate.
And the 2-0 delivery is going to miss, and the count's going to go to 3-0. So right now, this is not the way Brian Matusz wanted this game to start, even though the game is tied.
Yeah. And then we've already seen Joe Girardi, the Yankees manager, let Granderson swing away 3-0. Because you have Alex Rodriguez waiting on deck, so maybe he's going to take as he did.
3 ball, 1 strike.
You never know that, though.
No, you're
out there, you just don't know. And and again, if you get to 3-2, Jeter's going to be running again, as we saw, and it's easier to get into scoring position, which he did, and then he scored.
3-1, Jeter not going here. Got that one by him. And a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Cano.
And you know how he did it? Little slide step. No leg kick. 91, and Cano was trying to hit it to Utah Street, which is out by the warehouse.
Yankees just hung out left-handers to dry last season. They were 35-17 against left-handed starters. Jeter runs. That's going to be foul back. And the count will stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down here. The Orioles looking to get the ground ball to try for 2. Jeter stayed out of that in the first inning when he was running. The ground ball was hit slowly and probably wouldn't have been a double play anyway, but Jeter was off and going and got second base easily, and then came around to score on the single by Teixeira. 3-2. There goes Jeter again, and there's a base hit into left field. Jeter will make the turn. He'll stay as Reimold will come in behind him. And 2 on and 1 down.
Well, against one of those hitting counts. I mean, right in the middle of the plate, Cano, like you said, about as relaxed. From the left side, probably the most relaxed hitter that I've seen, and then right-handed is probably Evan Longoria. Looks like he's going to fall asleep till the ball's on the way, and then everything changes.
So again, Matusz in trouble here in the 3rd inning. He retired the side in order in the 2nd. With the bottom 3rd of the Yankees order up. Now with the top up, 2 on and 1 down. Alex Rodriguez drew a walk his first time up, the designated hitter for the Yankees tonight. 1 away, infield double play. Depth squeezes him in the middle. Foul back. He had his 13-season streak of 30 home runs and 100 RBIs ended last year. He ended up hitting .276, 16 home runs and 62 RBIs, played in only 99 games last year. Arthroscopic surgery, the meniscus tear in the right knee. 0-1 delivery by Matusz, and that will just miss inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Minnesota's still losing. They went home and lost to the Angels today 5-1. So they are now 0-4 on the season.
And then the Angels leave and the Rangers come waltzing in.
Trying to get one in.
Yeah, good breaking ball, just missed though. So the last 2 pitches probably where you like to have them, down in the zone. Needs to make a good pitch here. And again, can you execute that changeup down and away and hopefully get him to roll over?
Jeter off second base, Cano off first. 2-1 delivery in the dirt. Wieters stops it, but now the count goes to 3-1.
And that was the pitch, but he just couldn't throw it for a strike.
Jeter got the single to lead it off. Cano the single with 1 down. 3 ball, 1 strike count. And he went after it and fouled it off. It's a good pitch. That's where he's been trying to get it. That was the 3rd time he down and in on A-Rod. So 3-2, 1 away. Matusz is already up to 62 pitches.
Well, when you throw 30 in the first inning, obviously you're going to elevate your pitch count, but still very much in this game if he can make a quality pitch.
3-2 delivery. A-Rod just gets a piece. Now Rodriguez keeps it alive.
So when Brian Matusz has and is pitching well, it's any pitch in any count. This would be, and we just saw it there with a good curveball. Could be a changeup. It could be a hook. Usually able to get in on right-handers with his fastball when he's pitching well.
Runners go. Chance for two. Jeter. They got him. Wieters gets the throw down to third, way ahead of Derek Jeter, and the strikeout on A-Rod will end the inning with a runner left on base. 1-1. Look at this date in Major League Baseball history. It was April 9, 1912. The Red Sox beat Harvard. It was the first game ever played at Fenway Park. A light snow fell on that date. In 1959, the Orioles became the first team to turn a triple play on opening day. They did it against Washington at D.C.'s old Griffith Stadium. And in 1985, Tom Seamer established the MLB record with his 15th opening day start. He did it with the White Sox. He bested the mark of his hero, Walter Johnson, who held the mark at 14. This date in baseball. 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. Robert Andino hitting in the 9 spot, then Reimold and Hardy will follow. Nova will have first and third moved in, respecting the speed of Andino. The 1-0 delivery to him, and Andino takes it to the gap in left center. Granderson is playing the other way. Diving, cannot get it. Andino's going to make the turn. Jones over to get it. Andino's thinking 3. He'll hold up, though. And a double to lead off the inning for Robert Andino.
Yeah, and that's the way you want to come out of the batter's box, thinking 3. Granderson missed it by about 6 inches. So he gets a fastball in the middle of the plate. He doesn't miss these pitches very well. Hits it. They're playing a couple of steps, and there it is, just out of the reach. Maybe even got the edge of the glove. So here he's thinking third, but nobody out. Nope. One of the classic things you don't do. You don't make the first or the last out at third base.
Now here's Nolan Reimold.
Unless you want to get scolded.
Nunez is in at third base, just in case. He's even with the bag. Reimold, top of the order, grounded out his first time up.
Yeah,
Has Nolan ever bunted?
No. Not that I can. Yeah, well, maybe a sacrifice.
Interesting alignment again.
Yep. I mean, he's looking almost like he's looking bunt.
Yeah.
But do they think this is going to be a 2-1 game?
Ground ball. It's going to go to third. Knocked down. Reimold charging and safe at first base. It'll be an error on Nunez. He committed one at short. Starting for the Yankees against Tampa Bay. Now he commits one at third.
Well, if he's playing normal position, you're not going to get a double play because Andino's on second. But again, I don't know why he's in here. But again, this is not a routine play. But again, because Raimo can run so well, if you don't catch it cleanly, I mean, there is no routine play as far as Nolan Raimo. He runs out balls with the best of them.
Well, here's a great chance. The Orioles first and second, nobody out. J.J. Hardy grounded out his first time up. Ball game tied at 1 apiece. Did they give him a hit on that?
I think they might have, only because it was off to the left.
Wow.
Yep. Wasn't hit hard, but I guess maybe they felt he had a stretch for it.
All right, base hit it is. So the Orioles with 4 hits in the ball game, and now Hardy's got the chance to put the Orioles on top of the game. J.J. last season hit .305 with runners in scoring position. He was up there as one of the Orioles with the most chances, as you might expect, 118 opportunities. Nova comes in with a strike, and again Nunez is right where he was in the at-bat against Raimo, playing even with a bag right off the cut of the grass at third base.
Well, if they think in the American League playing against the Yankees that a guy that hit 30 dingers is going to be bunting, it's unconventional defense. Now, I'm sure there's a reason for it. Don't quite know what it is.
1-1 delivery. Not hit the bat or him off the bat. A foul ball, I think.
Yeah, a little running.
1 ball, 2 strike out.
Like it, yeah, got the knob or somewhere up by. Actually, the back end of the bat trying to hold up.
Talk about squeezing the middle. Cano's over at second. Jeter's over at second. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hardy. Granderson's pretty shallow in center, and he went after the slider, and he's out of there.
Yeah, that's the book on J.J. Hardy. If you can get ahead and you can make a good pitch, and Nova now with 4 strikeouts. I mean, he buries this breaking ball. And again, if you have a catcher like Russell Martin, Matt Wieters, you can do it. Not afraid to bounce it.
So Martin gets it done. PNC presents Inside the Numbers. Take a look. Best run differential in innings 1 through 4. The Orioles have it. Mariners, Cardinals, Dodgers, and Tigers. And it's brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. So Nick Markakis gets the RBI chance now. Markakis flied out his first time up, 4 for 10 lifetime off Nova. Ball game tied at 1. Markakis will take it, and it is a strike.
Well, we told you one of the remarkable numbers about Ivan Nova was his ability in the clutch. 215. And these are these situations. You get a man in scoring position. He strikes out Hardy. And now he's going to work on Nick Markakis.
Nick wants to get that runner in scoring position number up. He hit .268 last year, below his career numbers. Down, it's going to be foul into the seats. Heads up on that one.
Yeah, and again, they play Nick to hit the ball to left field. You know, Granderson about 3 steps in the left center. Huge. I mean, you could run forever if you could hit one here.
Or even down the line and right if you ever pulled one.
But you can see that's your shift where they, and again, the numbers, the spray shot or the spray chart tells you that's where he hits it.
Major League Baseball has a person in every park who records every pitch and what it was and every ball struck and where it went. That's what all these charts are about now. 0-2 count of Markakis. Runners off first and second. Orioles trying to get the lead. Nick will take it inside again. Martin coming up with the nice stop to avoid the wild pitch.
Yeah, well, that's why everybody likes throwing to Russell Martin. First thing he did was when he came over to the Yankees, even though he had the injured hip and knee, looked at all kinds of tape last year to familiarize him with this staff. And you want to, especially when you get ahead, you want to throw that breaking ball under the strike zone. Not afraid to do it with Russell Martin behind the plate.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Markakis going to go right to Jeter. There's one. And that's why those charts pay off. Orioles great chance, but they won't be able to do anything with it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base, 3 complete. American Heart Association Heart Walk. To date, the Orioles have drawn 10 walks, a total of $500. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. It is just that pretty.
Yeah, it really is.
Gorgeous day, and even outside it looks like the wind's dying down a little. It was 25-30 miles an hour today and gusty. As we said during batting practice down on the field, you hardly felt anything. But outdoors it was ripping. It looks like it's calmed down tonight. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Mark Teixeira got the RBI single in the first inning that gave the Yankees the lead for the moment. The Orioles got it back on a home run by Wieters, 1-1. Each team with 4 hits. Towards third, Reynolds knocks it down, gets up. Nice play.
Yeah, what makes it even better is, number one, Teixeira hits it sharply. Reynolds, of course, the 26 errors, but gets to it pretty easily. There we go, on the knees. Leadoff batter extinguished. One of the keys to pitching well. Looks it into the glove. And again, you get a feeling, if you're an infielder, that you get to it quickly, easy to get up. Don't need to rush it. And he didn't.
I think it's the shoes, actually, that are making the difference. There's an extra jump when you've got shoes that are bright like that, colorful. They get you fired up and excited, and your feet are active and they want to move.
Well, the quick feet you need as an infielder.
Nobody else wears those shoes that I know of.
Well, our trainers, Richie Van Sells and Brian Ebel, they have the new Spider-Man shoes, orange and white and a little bit of black in there.
That's why Richie was climbing sideways on the building today. I thought he was going up the warehouse. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Curtis Granderson popped out his first time up. During the course of a year, most trainers want to walk up the side of a building. And the pitch is on the inside corner, and a good one. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, a little backup breaking ball. Look at the target. Look at the ball. Of course, you reach right back in front of the eyes of the umpire. And that pitch how did he take that? Well, it's Curtis Granderson. That's how he took it.
3 ball, 2 strike count. 2-0 counts, 3-2 counts. Brian Matusz is going to deal with a lot of those in this game. And we'll get the foul ball back off the mask of the home plate umpire to hold the count at 3-2. Paul Scribner, welcome to the game. 72 pitches thrown by the Orioles starter. Matusz goes after him again on the 3-2 and will surrender the walk. So with 1 away, Granderson is on with the walk. Take a look at our Auto Trader game flow. Wieters tying the ball game up, his 2nd home run of the year. That came in the 2nd inning after that Teixeira RBI base hit. Brian Matusz struggling with long counts, lots of pitches, even though the ball game's tied at 1-1, trying to become more efficient here at this point of the ball game, top of the 4th inning.
Well, he's obviously overthrown a lot of pitches, and it's got him into hitters count. You know, they got Andrew Jones specifically, and he had a great year. He had 36 hits last year, 16 against left-handed pitching, so he can hit home runs. He's a good defensive player.
Jones is 1 for 8 off Matusz. They give him the entire right side of the infield, moving Andino almost all the way over to second. 1-0 count. Matusz will make the throw over. A little lob toss on that one. There you see that hole. If he was inclined to do so, you lay down a bump, get it by the pitcher, you'd have a double.
He's usually not more inclined to try to hit one out of here.
And the pitch is taken down low. We talked about how he broke in that 96 year with Atlanta against the Yankees. He was a great story that year. He had home runs in his first 2 World Series at-bats against the Yankees. The only other player ever to do that was Gene Tennis of Oakland back in '72. And they came at Yankee Stadium and just rocked the place. For Andrew Jones up high again. And the count goes to 3-0.
And don't be surprised if he's not swinging. We've already seen Granderson do it. Those are pretty nice little numbers. Yeah. I mean, again, this is what the Yankees do. They get guys they can platoon. And again, he doesn't hurt you with his glove.
He took it for a strike.
I mean, the stuff is much more crisp than last year from Brian Matusz. It's just, I think he's a little anxious tonight. This is not the smooth Brian Matusz we saw in spring training.
And he walks in. So that's back-to-back walks here in the 4th inning. The Yankees now with runners at first and second and 1 out. 6 special games this season are going to be played here. They'll celebrate the 6 greatest birds of all time. Frank and Brooks Robinson, Earl Weaver, Jim Palmer, Eddie Murray, and Cal Ripken Jr. When you purchase the Orioles Legends Celebration Series package, you'll be on hand for the games when the larger-than-life bronze sculptures are unveiled. Be part of it, part of the 20th anniversary celebration. Go to Orioles.com/legends. You can hear the buzz in the crowd about Brian Matusz struggling here in the.
Well, we talked about trying to stay away from the big inning, and he's been able to do it, but boy.
And that's going to fall in for a base hit by Martin. Granderson will come around. Raimo bobbles it. Throw will come into second base. Going over to third. Jones, he was going to go anyway. And the Yankees have a 2-1 lead. Martin the RBI.
Yeah, I think that's going to be scored in error only because he kind of looks at the runner and he actually makes a pretty good pitch, but it's up and he's going to get jammed and just fist it into left field. So Granderson gets good speed, stole 25 bases. He's going to score easily right there. The play is right in front of Andrew Jones, so it allows him to get to third. So unless somehow you can get a double play ball, they've got a good chance to get 2 here.
Nunez, the number 9 hitter, coming up, runners at first and third. An error is charged, allowing Jones to move over to third base. Error on Raimo. The fans booing a little bit here. Ball put up in the air to right field. Nick Markakis, that should get a run in. Jones at third base. Markakis has got it. He'll unleash one to the plate, way off the mark, cutoff. Sacrifice fly for Nunez, and it's 3-1 Yankees.
And Nunez does exactly what you're trying to do, and the error kind of leads to that run in a sense, not to mention the back-to-back base on balls.
So the Yankees bottom part of the order, 8 and 9. Martin and Nunez deliver. Martin getting his first RBI, Nunez getting his second. Now there are 2 down, and here's Derek Jeter. Jeter's had a couple of singles, and he has scored a run in the ball game. Runner at first base, Russell Martin. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Yankees. Barring another hit here, that run will be unearned. Brian Matusz has had 8 3-ball counts in this game, and we are in the 4th inning. And most of those have come after he'd fallen behind 2-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be up high where it's been most of the night, and Wieters is on his way out. Bullpen phone, and they're going to draw a little time to get the bullpen active. Probably take as much time out there on the mound as he can while Bill Castro, the bullpen coach, gets the Oriole bullpen going. O'Day has not appeared in a ball game yet, and he will be getting up to throw. Darren O'Day, the right-hander. 2-0 count on Jeter. And the breaking ball will miss inside. Pitched at a 76-mile-an-hour off-speed delivery.
Well, it was a good curveball. It just wasn't a strike. And, a lot sharper than last year. But again, command just all over the place.
He'll get the strike on that one. Pitch number 84.
I mean, you think of all the pitches, he's very rarely he's been able to finish any of his fastballs. He's thrown one good changeup. That was to Nick Swisher, who swung through it. Made some good pitches to Alex Rodriguez. Not the strikeout and throw him out. That was kind of a high slider.
3-1 delivery. Leaning. It's a strike. So Jeter will take it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Matusz trying to get out of the inning right here. Up again with the 21 pitches thrown in this inning. And another 3-ball, 2-strike count. With 2 down, Martin will be going at first base. Jeter will put it down the line in right field. Markakis got a long run near the wall. That's going to be a fair ball. Bouncing around with a runner going. It'll score a run easily. Jeter an RBI. Martin crosses, and it's 4-1.
Yeah, one of the problems when you throw so many pitches, they get to see more of them. And this is vintage Derek Jeter. Stays through it, slices it away from Nick Markakis down into the corner. And Russell Martin will make it 4-1. So we talked about
his first RBI.
Yeah, talking about staying away from big innings. Can't do it here so far in the 4th inning. Yankees with 3 to make it 4-1.
Nick Swisher, 2 down. Swisher has popped out, flied out, batting second in the Yankees order. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Yankees. Now with a 4-1 lead and Jeter in scoring position. And the pitch will catch the inside corner.
Yeah, Swisher ended up hitting 260, but going into really into June was only hitting 213. 21 games to hit a home run, 75 at bats, so he's already done that this year.
That'll be taken outside. Swisher did not have good numbers with runners in scoring position last year, hitting just 246. He's got Jeter out there. The Yankees, 2 walks. Granderson and Jones this inning have scored. And Wieters will have to block that one. And the count goes to 2-1. A disappointing start for Brian Matusz, being left out there to try and make adjustments in tough situations and get an out. 3-1.
Yeah, these Yankees, along with the Red Sox and a lot of the good hitting teams, the minute you get behind them, they take away your pitches and they look for their pitches, and they've done a nice job of that.
And he walks in. So the 3rd walk in the inning and the 4th in the game.
And again, Cano hits lefties so well. You know, normally you leave him in there, but boy, what Showalter says, do I want to bring in the submariner to face Cano? And here's the answer is going to be no.
I think part of this too, Jim's about Brian Matusz not going to give up the ball game, but he wants Matusz to find a way.
Yeah, well, this is his last hitter, and the reality is that he just hadn't made a lot of quality pitches tonight. You know, the velocity's better, but the command's not there.
Came in with a heater on Cano.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. You know, we saw it yesterday with Jason Hamels. He took a no-hitter into the 8th inning, got into trouble, back-to-back doubles, and then all of a sudden didn't go to the bullpen. A little different story because he had real good command and great stuff.
Cano with a single, and he has grounded out. Runners at first and second base, 2 down. And you can just see Brian Matusz rocking back and trying to get a little extra on it. They measure that one at 90 miles an hour. Brian was a question mark all spring about whether he was going to make the staff.
Exactly.
And he knows that.
Well, that is the truth. But the good thing about it, he's much more prepared to pitch this year. Whether he'll have success, it's really going to be up to him. But he's done a lot of the things you want to do. Get yourself in shape, the preparation, you know, a much more positive attitude. But again, you have to remember he's only 25, and it's not like he's had 3 or 4 great years and all of a sudden you expect him, because he was injured last year, to come back to that. He still has to prove that he can pitch at this level.
Wieters coming out to get the decision down.
With that said, it's true for any young pitcher.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, not half the battle, but that's one of the challenges.
Well, you know, Nova, we were talking about Nova at 25. He's 25 as well, but, you know, 6 seasons in the minors for Nova.
He goes 16-4. He struggles, has an 8-point ERA. And tonight he's really pitching well, very sharp.
1-2 deliveries down low in the dirt, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Cano. Brian Matusz, the exact opposite from the first Oriole 3 starters of quick, crisp games. Not a lot of pitches, keeping the D up behind them. 2-2 delivery is ripped. Oh, what a catch made by Hardy. J.J. Hardy takes away a base hit and at least one RBI from Robinson Cano to end the inning. Mark that one off if the Orioles can get back into this ball game. He stung it. 3 runs in the 4th, and the Yankees now have a 4-1 lead. The 4G LTE with speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G. AT&T, rethink possible. By Blimpie, America's Sub Shop, and by Acura Advance. Camden Yards for the Orioles and Yankees open up this 3-game set tonight, and the Yankees on top by a score of 4-1. Brian Matusz getting a big help right there from Hardy on that line drive off the bat of Cano to end the inning. It'll be Wei-Yin Chen making his debut in the major leagues tomorrow for the Orioles, the left-hander against Freddie Garcia. And game 3, Jake Arrieta and CC Sabathia. Adam Jones will take it for a strike as the Orioles now got to come back. For Wei-Yin Chen, 36-30 with a great ERA in 4 seasons in the Japanese Central League.
Yeah, not only does he make his major league debut, he does it against the Yankees with those incredible numbers against left-handed pitching. Nice little test. Well, he may ace it. You never know.
Never know. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Jones. Ooh, Russell Martin caught that one. And I don't mean in the glove.
Nope.
1-2 on Adam. That game is going to be broadcast in Taiwan live. It'll be 7 o'clock in the morning. Baseball for breakfast to watch Chen pitch. 1-2 on Jones. Adam a strikeout victim. Nova hasn't walked anybody. He struck out 4.
Yeah, he's certainly not doubting his stuff. Not afraid to throw it over. I mean, he's had great fastball, slider. That's what struck out Adam. There's the curveball.
Down to third, backhanded by Munoz.
Yep.
And he got it.
Hit sharply, but again, when the curveball goes down, hard to get on top of it, and hits the top half of the ball right at the third baseman. You got yourself an out. But
that'll bring up Matt Wieters. Wieters has accounted for the Orioles run.
Yeah, he threw it by him and then comes back with a changeup. See you later. Tied. Smacked into the right field seats. 2 home runs, 2 long changeups here in 2012.
Now Wieters with 1 away and nobody on. And the pitch is away for a ball. Wieters last year hit only .208 against the Yankees, and his lifetime average against the Yankees is .183. Only against the White Sox does the Oriole catcher have a lower average of .176 number. Well, the has really struggled against Yankee pitching.
The Yankees were the best balanced team in baseball last year. I mean, they did win 97 games. They did have a their best ERA since 1985, 3.73, and then they were second in the American League in runs scored. So a lot of balance.
Yep, fifth in average, second in runs, first in home runs, sixth best D in the American League for the Yankees last year, and then wiped out in the first round of the playoffs.
What 4-1 against the Rangers?
That ball's going to go to left center field. They weren't playing in there. Matt Wieters will turn the Jets on. You won't notice it a lot, but he's did, and he's into second base with a double.
Well, he's got 6 total bases tonight. Change up and a curveball. Speed up that bat. Let him get back in the game. It's great. Well, here's a curveball, and again, I always felt the curveball that's down, but again, it's down the middle. Harder to spot,
Matt.
Harder to spot the curveball than your fastball. Already hit a changeup for a home run. Nobody playing out there.
Well, the Orioles try and mount the comeback here. That's hit number 5 for the O's, and that will bring up Reynolds. Reynolds with an extra base hit. He had a double in the second inning. The Orioles have had the extra base hits tonight. Reynolds a double, Andino a double, and a home run by Wieters. One down, and that's fouled back by Reynolds. Orioles 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position in the ball game. Yankees 2 for 4. The Orioles have left so far 3 on base, and 2 of those in scoring position. Matt Wieters out there with a 1-out double. Reynolds on the 0-1. He's trying to pick up a couple of RBIs in this at bat with those swings.
Yep. Well, 6 home runs in 18 games last year, as you saw on the screen. So they know he's got power. He could hit it a long, long way.
He hit 271 against the Yankees last year. 14 RBIs along with those 6 home runs off Yankee pitching. Here's Nova's 0-2 delivery to him, and he got him. 5 strikeouts. And there are 2 away. Experience Camden Yards in an exciting new way with the Oriole Park 5-bagger suite package. I just knew that wasn't going to come out right. For one low price, you get a fully catered suite, 5 games against the Yankees, Red Sox, Phillies for 2 of them, plus parking, VIP treatment, and more. 5-game plan. You also get the club level tickets to the nearly sold out Saturday, June 9 interleague game against the Phillies. Dates are going fast, so call or visit Orioles.com/suites. It's the Oriole Park 5-bagger suite package.
What was that?
The Oriole Park 5-bagger suite package.
Well, the Phillies lost again today. They're 1-3. They're missing Ryan Howard. Raul Ibanez, who's on the Yankees now. A veteran outfielder.
Wilson Benameat. He's going to drive it to third, and a great catch made by Nunez. The defensive baseball gods tonight are located at third base. Nunez ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and a base runner left on. going on now through May 5. Log on to Facebook.com/MasonOrioles and enter for your chance to win exclusive Orioles gear. Presented by your local Jeep and Dodge dealers. Beautiful night here in Baltimore. Brian Matusz out of the ball game, and not a good one.
No, you can see obviously 44 balls, 52 strikes, a lot of command issues. J.J. Hardy saved a couple of runs, so the Orioles still in the game as Darren O'Day will come in. And when he is healthy, boy, he's a terrific pitcher. Last year, hip problems. So those are the numbers. Of course, the year before, entirely different. 72 games with the Rangers, 64 the year before. ERAs at 194 in 2009, 203 in 2010.
So Darren O'Day comes out and tries to hold the Yankees here and give the Orioles a chance to get back. Plenty of time for them to do that if they can shut the Yankees down. Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez has walked and struck out. He is the only Yankee not to hit in the fourth inning when the Yankees got 3 runs on just 2 hits but 2 walks in the inning.
They ride a couple of at-bats against Darren.
They'll foul that one off. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Sinker slider, a little bit of a change. He's going to try to get you to hit the ball on the ground.
Rodriguez, 1 ball, 1 strike count. And came inside, taken. And the count goes to 2-1. Buck Showalter having to go out and get the starter early for the first time, as the Orioles were trying to go 4 deep. The starters going 7 innings, not to be. Again, the shift works. Hit right into Andino, and there's one away in the 5th inning. Our PNC postgame tune-in analysis from Jim and Rick. We'll have the manager, Buck Showalter, at his press conference. Player interviews and more brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Full shift goes on against Teixeira again. An RBI single and robbed of a hit by Reynolds on a fine play in the 4th inning at third base.
Well, Mark said he was going to drop bunts down at appropriate times to maybe waylay this shift, but this is not one of those. He's going to try to visit Utah Street.
And Teixeira will take that winder inside.
Well, those balls are over the plate. I mean, that ball was pretty much right down the middle. Paul Gardner getting a little bit fooled by the sidewinder.
1-0 count on Teixeira. O'Day with the delivery. That is in there for a strike. Mark Teixeira has picked up a couple of hits, including the one in this ball game. First RBI.
Oh, so he did call one of those a strike. Well, at least the scoreboard says that.
And not that one. So the count goes to 3-1. 4 walks surrendered by Brian Matusz in the ball game in the 4th inning. 3 of those, and 2 of them scored. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Teixeira will foul it back. He had one to hit right there.
Yep. No, he's tried. He's an uppercutter, especially from this side, and he lifts the ball. And of course, that's how you hit 39 home runs and drive in, as you mentioned, what, 7 years with 30 or more home runs.
Teixeira with a 3-2 delivery to him, and all he could do with that was pull it foul to hold the count and keep the at-bat alive. Never been a particularly good opening month hitter. A 192 batting average in April over the last 3 seasons for Mark Teixeira. Generally has been a slow starter at the plate. 3-2 delivery to him down to first. That is a fair ball right off and over the bag. Davis will take it for the 2nd out.
So there's your playing him to pull. Pretty routine. Otherwise, it might be a double over the bag.
It's the other thing, that if you can get the instantaneous scouting reports pitch by pitch, it also is broken down count by count. So you know what the count is. You move players on your defensive alignments depending on the count. And it's amazing how that's having an impact on the game.
Well, I think the players in the old days they didn't know specifically what the numbers were, but guys would move on counts if you're paying attention.
Yep.
You know, depending on the hitter, depending on the score, depending on what kind of command the pitcher has. So everybody, not only the outfielders but the infield.
Here's Granderson. 1-0 delivered to him, taken the other way. Reimold. He's got it. So a 1-2-3 inning. Bernaday comes on his first appearance in an Oriole uniform, and a good one. Orioles trail the Yankees. So the Orioles will try and get him out of the ball game, trying to get to the bullpen, but right now he's being efficient enough to stay in there. It's up to the Oriole bats now to try and do something against the Yankees starter. Here is Chris Davis, and Davis will go after it and foul it back as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Davis, a strikeout victim in the only at bat that he's had in the ball game. Nova's got no walks and 5 strikeouts to his credit. Here's the 0-1 towards the hole. There wasn't much. He found it. Talk about sneaking a ball by. That was against the shift, and it was a rabbit hopper too, and it still got through into right field.
A rabbit hopper.
Yes, sir.
Right after Easter. Right here. Wow, there you go. Boy, that second baseman. Oh, no, it's Derek Jeter, the shortstop, playing second base. Can't quite get it.
That's how you beat the shift, I guess. So the Orioles get the leadoff man on. Andino and then Reimold due up for the O's. That'll be an opportunity against Nova. And Andino does turn to bunt. Nunez has played in against Andino. In the first at bat, Andino got a double. Nunez is playing in again, even with the bag on that last pitch. DeMarlo Hill with the signs from third.
Yeah, I can understand it do it against Robert Andino because the Orioles are down by 3. They're looking for base runners. And they still play Robert very, very shallow. Granderson plays a shallow center fielder.
Andino, .250 average last year with a homer and 5 RBIs against the Yankees. Started out with a double against Nova, his first hit in 9 at bats against Nova. And now the Orioles will try and take advantage of getting the leadoff man on. They couldn't do it in the 3rd inning, the only other time they've had the leadoff man on base. Going for that outside part of the plate. And with that stance and movement of Andino, he can't reach those, and it's a called strike.
Well, this is about as good a curveball as you can throw. And again, he's a 3/4 guy, 6'4", easy delivery. And this is the perfect breaking ball. If you said, hey, go place it there, don't throw it, place it, you go, that's where I want it. And then nicely presented by Russell Martin behind the plate.
Runner off first base. 1-2 came back inside. Great pitch because he knows Andino's naturally going to be leaning a little bit after that pitch before.
Well, that's the difficulty of hitting with 2 strikes. And that's why the league average was 186. You got to cover. You got to cover inside, outside, breaking balls, sliders, fastballs, changeups. That's why it's so difficult to hit.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Andino goes down swinging. That's 6 strikeouts for Nova. Tune in to the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report tomorrow, 5:30 to 7. Get all the Oriole news. Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Mel Anthony, and Dave Johnson. Live batting practice look-ins, player interviews, stat analysis. It's every Monday through Friday on Masson HD. Reimold, top of the order. He's picked up a single, and he is grounded out. Davis on at first base. Reimold to short. Wieters got it. Cano 1. Relay. And he turns 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Nova taking care of that leadoff base hit. No problem at all. Yankees up by 3. Will be game 2 of this 3-game set against the Yankees. Wei Yin Chen will make his major league debut in that ball game for the Orioles. Freddie Garcia for the Yankees. Our coverage on Masson HD 6:30 O's Extra, followed by our game at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. Aaron O'Day retired the side in order. First appearance in an Orioles uniform, and he will work now to Jones, Martin, and Nunez due up in the 6th inning.
Yeah, his job, and that's what the good kind of long middle relievers can do, is just keep you in the game, and it's a good matchup. A lot of right-handed hitters coming up.
Andrew Jones, and he got that one way back, and goodbye home run, and it is 5-1.
Well, you hit over 280 against lefties, you end up hitting 247. Maybe it's not as good a matchup as I thought. He was all over that sinker. 421 career home runs. Nice role guy to have on your bench. I mean, you could see inside, middle, pretty much right in the wheelhouse, and he just smacks it out of here. If you're Darren O'Day, you want to be pitching in Fenway. It might only be a single.
First home run of the season and his second RBI. Jones has scored a couple of runs in the game. That will be taken away by Russell Martin. Martin's got an RBI and a base hit. He is 1 for 2 in tonight's game. So the Yankees scattering their runs along the way here in this ball game. And the pitch will be taken inside and a 2-0 count. For O'Day, he gave up 7 home runs last season, 4 to left-handers and 3 to right-handers. 2-0 delivery, puts that one in, and a 2-ball 1-strike count on Russell Martin. The Yankees had to go out and acquire a backup catcher for Martin. They did it with the Giants in a deal that brought over Chris Stewart beginning of the season. So Stewart is now the backup catcher. Cervelli has been sent down.
A little bit of a surprise. And he said, I understand that I have to go down, but it kind of took me by surprise.
Certainly looked like he was going to be the backup catcher. 3-ball, 1-strike count. Martin is on with a walk. So the first 2 Yankees on here in the 6th inning. Our PNC minor league report. Debut for Dana Evelyn last night at Norfolk. 6 innings, a run on 6 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Got the victory in a 7-3 win over Charlotte for Evelyn. Brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you, our minor league report.
Yeah, I was talking to a lot of the scouts, and I saw Dana. We did one of his games. He was not very sharp, but as spring training went along, he really threw the ball well. So when you talk about guys that are waiting, last year we've seen him pitch. He pitched with Oakland, pitched with Texas, pitched with the Dodgers last year. So good to see that his stuff is coming back in his command.
Trying to add depth, the Orioles are in all positions, none more so than starters. Eduardo Nunez sack fly, and he is popped out. Martin back to the bag. Russell Martin with nobody out, checking over at third with Robbie Thompson, the third base coach.
Well, he stole 8 bases last year, 8 out of 10. Big lead for a catcher.
1-0 bunted, trying to catch Reynolds back. Reynolds, no play, base hit.
Yep. You take what they give you. Perfect bunt.
Number 9 hitter getting on to turn the order over.
Well, you're back, and you could see him coming in. I mean, it's just good enough.
So that puts runners on at first and second for Jeter with nobody out. A run in on the homer by Jones. Jeter's already 3 for 3. He's had 3 singles, an RBI, and a run scored in the game. Derek Jeter now has got 6 hits in 16 at bats. And he shows bunt. Reynolds with one eye on Jeter and the other watching the runner at second base, Russell Martin. Believe it or not, the Yankees actually did a lot of bunting last year. Troy Patton coming up in the bullpen. It's kind of surprising for a ball club that was as good an offensive team as they were. 1-0. I don't believe Jeter's bunting. I was wrong. Play's going to have to go to first. How about that? Jeter, a sacrifice.
Well, again, it makes Swisher a better hitter. If you load the bases up, you see Patton up. I mean, even if you bring Patton, the lefty, in to face Cano, who's on deck, well, we already told you, Cano hits over 300 against left-handers, so it's just good baseball. I mean, Joe Girardi wants to get as many runs as he can, and bunting him over sometimes. You stay out of the double play. Doesn't mean Jeter can't hit Darren O'Day. Numbers may indicate. I mean, Derek was what, 1 for 4. It's just good baseball. So the Yankees go 6 for 25 in Tampa, 0 for 6 yesterday. Tonight they're 2 for 5.
The Yankees had 36 sacrifice bunts put down last year, and 29 of them were by position players. Up on top of the American League in that department, even though they had all the power in that lineup. The infield is drawn in. Swisher, the RBI chance with only 1 away. And the pitch by O'Day is going to miss outside.
Well, there's nothing wrong with playing for 1 run when you have good pitching sometimes. And again, the Yankees were 4th in the American League. Again, that low earned run average.
If I'm with the Yankees, it'd be 5 bunts a year.
Okay,
are you kidding with these bats?
I'm going to call you Weave from now on.
And the pitch is taken outside. Wow. O'Day looking in, wanting a call, doesn't get it. And the count goes to 3-0 on Swisher with Cano waiting on deck.
Yeah, Earl Weaver once had a squeeze bunt. I think we were 6 runs ahead, and I walked down and I go, nice clutch managing.
Oh, you're yet another intriguing moment between two very close friends. A 3-0 count on Swisher, and the delivery is going to be inside Milwaukee. The bases are loaded. Buck Showalter's on his way out. And we'll make the change right here. So Robinson Cano coming up with the sacks full. The Yankees have a 5-1 lead and are threatening to really blow the doors off this one. Not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Gary Thor, Jim Palmer, Camden Yards. The Orioles 3-game win streak, the Yankees 3-game losing streak coming in. It's the Yankees on top, and here's Troy Patton.
Yeah, Troy came in the opener and threw a hanging changeup to Josh Willingham, gave up a couple of runs. So again, Cano. Only one player in the American League had more extra base hits last year, and that was Jacoby Ellsbury with 83. Robinson with 81.
Bases are loaded. Cano is lined out, singled, and grounded out. And the pitch is taken outside. And as we've noted, it doesn't matter left or right-hander against Cano. Cano has faced Patton 3 times, 0 for 3.
And it doesn't matter fastball or breaking ball unless you make a good pitch with it.
And Cano takes it down the line in right field, and that is a foul ball by that much.
Yep. Well, there's their hanging slider, and he's all over it. Sometimes you get a little bit lucky, and that's what happens to Troy Patton. Doesn't make the pitch, doesn't finish it. And there's no guarantee, even if you make a good pitch. Again, lifetime 308 hitter. You just got to figure one of these years he's going to win a batting title. He's that good a hitter.
One ball, one strike, and only one down. Big moment in the ball game. If the Orioles are going to stay close enough, this 5-1 mark. But boy, it couldn't be any tougher for Troy Patton. And be going against Cano with the sacks full. Martin, Nunez, Swisher, the base runners. And that is going to miss down low, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Lidstrom in the bullpen getting ready.
Yeah, he's ready for Alex Rodriguez, who's on deck.
Two and one. And he'll take it, and it's there for a strike.
I'm not going to say anything, but the looks will tell you the story. He thinks it's low. Got the bottom of the strike zone. They'll run the count to 2-2.
Robinson Cano, 3 grand slam home runs last year. Don Mattingly, the all-time Yankee leader, was 6 grand slams in one season. 2-2 delivery. Ground ball towards second base. Just what they ordered. Andino, Hardy, they got it. There is a big double play. Jones started the inning up with the home run, extending the lead. 5-1 Yankees. Competitors pitching right now. This game is still going on in Tampa as he tries to make his comeback. 4 innings, 6 earned runs, couple of strikeouts, no walks, and Joe Maddon had maybe the call of the year already. There was a questionable home run hit in the ball game yesterday. Joe West was the umpire. He said, I asked Joe if he'd bet his Easter eggs on that call. He said yes. That's pretty severe, and I took that as validation. It was the right call.
Country Joe West.
Only Joe Maddon could do that.
Well,
and Joe West would laugh at it.
Well, it's a nice.
Bet
it's Easter. It's Easter. It's nice Sunday. Civil little exchange.
Always civil. And he didn't get the video review and ended up being a double and not a home run. Here's J.J. Hardy and a strike on the inside corner. Hardy has struck out and grounded out. Nova, outstanding, moving along in this game. He will miss outside with it. He hasn't walked anybody and has his 6 strikeouts, trying to get his 13th consecutive win.
Yeah, they have not lost in his last 16 starts.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a towering fly ball to right. Swisher. And that power alley has it. 1 down, bottom of the 6th inning.
You know, you really look at that is, other than line drives, maybe the first fly ball of the evening. It tells you how dominant he's been.
A great ground ball pitcher.
Yep.
He's outstanding at getting first outs in an inning, 68%.
I mean, he did have the line drive on a curveball by Nick Markakis to left field. But he's got all the pitches. He pitches well, and they score runs for him. That's a pretty good combination. And then, of course, you have the back end of the bullpen, Dave Robertson, and then Mariano Rivera.
1-0 delivery on the way. Robertson celebrating a birthday today, by the way. Brett Gardner's come on, a defensive replacement. Andrew Jones out. Gardner in left field. Jones delivered, though. He had a heck of a game at the plate.
He took the guy with the 10 gold gloves and put him on the bench.
Yep. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tapped foul. Nova's got a record that he's continuing here in this ball game that's kind of spectacular. He has walked only 10 of 215 batters coming into this season when leading off an inning. And obviously he has now gone through 6 more here in this ball game. He just does not walk anybody, number 1, and especially leadoff batters. Towering pop up to first to Shera. 2 down. Show off your Birdland pride and support the many programs aided by Orioles Reach by ordering the new official Orioles Maryland license plate. It features the popular new cartoon bird. The plate, a great way to show your support to the Orioles and the Orioles Charitable Foundation. Visit Orioles.com/plates to reserve your plate and enter a sweepstake to win plate 1. Or you can bid on certain numbered plates with special meaning to Orioles fans. New this year. 2 down, nobody on. Adam Jones. Nova's pitch is in there. Jones has struck out and grounded out. Right back with you tomorrow night. Game number 2. Wei Yin Chin, major league debut for the Orioles. Freddie Garcia, his first start of the year for the Yankees. That's going to go through to Jeter. Wow, how do you see that? He had Nunez cutting right in front of him, came up with it, and really didn't have much of a chance on that.
Yeah, he tries to cut the angle and get to it as quickly as he can because he knows the speed of Adam Jones. Going to be scored a base hit, so Nova tries to cut it off again because it would have been a better angle, and Jeter can't get much on it. And Teixeira might have been out if he could catch it. Ball just gets over the glove.
So the Orioles with 2 down pick up the base hit, and now Matt Wieters. Wieters a good night. He's had a homer, his second of the year in the second inning, doubled, was left stranded in the 4th. That was an Orioles great chance with the 1-out double, and Betemit got robbed by Nunez at third base on a great catch of a line drive. Would have scored a run and kept the inning going. And a ground ball where they weren't playing, again against the shift. Jones on his way to third. Granderson will get it back in. They gave Wieters the hole. He took it.
So he's had a changeup for a home run, a curveball for a double, and a fastball up the middle for a single. Pretty routine unless you catch it. You can see Nova, big kid at 6'4", looking at his glove. Couldn't quite get the leather on it. But there's only really been a couple of chances. You go back to the 3rd inning. You had the double by Andino, the single off the glove of Nova, and then Hardy struck out, and Marquez hit a double play. So again, another opportunity. And again, just kind of pretty much cruising to this point in the game.
Mark Reynolds, 1st and 3rd. Reynolds really struggled last year, hitting .207 with runners in scoring position, and he had 121 chances. Only Nick Markakis and Adam Jones had more opportunities with runners in scoring position than did Mark Reynolds. 1-0 delivery. Orioles needing to get one here, and that's going to be in there for a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He has doubled and struck out in the game.
Yeah, the double right off the foul line down the right field line, kind of dumped it in there. Yeah, the interesting number to me was coming into last year, he was about 20 points higher with runners in scoring position. And last year that wasn't the case.
And he caught the inside corner. 1-ball, 2-strike count.
So fastball away, and then again 92 with good movement. You could see that ball sink down and in. I think Mark thought it was a little bit off the plate. Might have been.
Nova bearing down here in the 6th inning. Orioles trying to get another one on the board. Jones off third base. Wieters off first. Nova's 1-2 delivery, and that will miss outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ivan Nova, 25 years old, 17-6 in his career, with the rookie year being last year, where he won 16 of those 17 games. Two-ball, 2-strike count on Reynolds. Right field. And that will be hauled in by Nick Swisher. And the Orioles 1 for 8 in the ball game with runners in scoring position. Leave 2 on here, and we've completed 6.
will tie at 1-1. Second home run of the year. Ryan Matusz struggled with his control, but a strike him out, throw him out, and the third. And then Wieters down into the corner. The Yankees will come up 3 in the fourth, and then Andrew Jones doing what he does so well, hitting home runs, makes it 5-1. Wieters, real good night. 3 for 3, the double, the home run. Derek Jeter 3 for 3 with a sacrifice, and then Andrew Jones, the solo home run in the 6th to make it 5-1.
Well, let's see if the Oriole bullpen can keep it where it's at. The Orioles have had their chances in the game, but have not been able to get that big hit, and that's credit to Nova for the work he's done tonight. We go to the 7th inning. A-Rod will lead it off. Rodriguez has walked, struck out, and grounded out. And will take the pitch for a strike. Troy Patton coming on to get the double play to end the 6th inning. Came in on the 5th that time, and it's fouled back. Well, it's just great for Patton. It's a great story. I mean, he's a survivor. He's worked hard. He's been called up a number of times over the seasons with the Orioles. Sometimes just sat, never pitched, and was sent back down. Just hung with it, and gets an opportunity to be on the roster this year. And
yeah, we came over in that Miguel Tejada trade, and then he had to have shoulder surgery. You know, he had some off the field problems. He's totally taken responsibility for them. He said, I made a mistake. I'm back, accountable. And the good news, he gets hitters out. Had a terrific year last year when he got to pitch.
0-2 is going to be fouled back.
Here's one of those guys who really benefited. You know, the last 3 or 4 weeks, they had Scotty McGregor, 20-point game winner. And when he came in the bullpen, of course, the Orioles had 5 left-handers when they expanded the rosters. And he said, you know, Scotty just calmed him down, talked about making quality pitches, which is what all pitching coaches do.
Yeah. But doing it.
Yes. Well, again, he's just a little thing. You're warming up. Bill Castro's going to do it this year. Just those little guidelines. And, you know, for young pitchers, sometimes you just don't have enough experience to know what they are. Rick Adair was a left-handed power pitcher before he hurt his arm. He's now the main pitching coach. There's Bill Castro, first year with the Orioles.
Had him double clutched on that one. It'll go to short. Hardy got to hurry.
Yeah, A-Rod not running like he used to.
One away in the 7th inning. And with 1 strikeout so far tonight, Michael Fox has won a total of $600. You started with 5. You've added another 100. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, play Strike It Rich scratch-offs and enter your non-winning ticket codes at mdlottery.com/strikeitRich. Here's Mark Teixeira. Teixeira single RBI, 1 for 3 in the game. And the breaking ball by Patton is in there. Right-handers last year hit only 186 against Patton in his chances. Left-handers 264. Teixeira with the 0-1 delivery. Ground ball to short. Hardy. 2 down.
Yeah, Troy Patton's got 3 pitches, and again, and we saw it with Cano. He hung a slider. Cano almost hit a double with the bases loaded. Came back. Actually, runners at first and third. Made a great pitch. Got out of the inning with a double play. And for a guy that's not overpowering, he may get to 90. That's what it's about. Making good pitches and taking your chances.
2 down, nobody on. Here's Curtis Granderson. Granderson off the fist, fouls it away. He walked in the 4th inning and scored a run. Has popped out and flied out. Yankees got a run in the 1st on the Teixeira single. They got 3 runs, 2 hits in the 4th inning. Jeter picking up an RBI. Martin an RBI. Nunez a sac fly RBI. On the breaking ball, 0-2.
Well, the one thing about Curtis Granderson, he made it the change right after the All-Star break. And what a year he had last year. Kevin Long, the hitting instructor, got the hands back. I mean, he reminds me of a smaller version of Dave Parker, the Cobra, the way he coils at the plate. And, of course, he does hit 41 home runs. The amazing thing, he scored 136 runs. Walked a lot. Good center fielder. Pretty good trade for both teams. The Tigers, who got Austin Jackson, and the Yanks, who got Granderson.
Granderson won his first Silver Slugger award because primarily what Jim was talking about, he led the majors in runs scored, second in home runs, and third in RBIs. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Granderson. Lifts it. That's going to be into the corner. Markakis has swung around the other way. Into the corner he goes. It'll be a stand-up double.
Yeah, he just hangs a slider and he's all over it. When you make this kind of pitch, you can just get under it a little bit so it's a little bit flat. And a guy rips it like this, you're saying, you know what? The good news was it was only a double. Especially with Granderson's power.
So the Yankees get a runner at second base with 2 down in the first at bat of the ball game for Brett Gardner. Gardner coming on to play left field as a defensive replacement for Jones. And now Gardner will try and pick up an RBI. His numbers from last season. And will take the pitch outside for a ball.
Yeah, what he adds to this club, the Yankees, you talked about what they were 6th in defense. He is a terrific left fielder. 49 steals. A little bit lower average than normal last year at 259. Slow start, but he gives Joe Girardi defense, and defense usually means you're going to pitch better.
1-0 count and the delivery to him. Does not play a lot against lefties. Hit .233 against left-handers and .265 off the righties. He's been coming out. Jones was brought to the Yankees for the purpose of playing against left-handers, so you play him.
Yeah,
he's just not performing.
Yeah, I was talking to Raul Ibanez, and he said I'll probably DH most of the time against right-handed pitching, and then A-Rod will go back to third base, and Gardner will play left.
Ground ball towards the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Granderson coming around. Here's the throw by Jones, first base side. RBI single for Gardner. 6-1 Yankees.
Yeah, they just keep coming at you. The double, and then just a routine ground ball, contact hitter. And Brett Gardner able to slap it into center, throw 2 outs, getting a jump. No way you're going to throw Granderson out.
Kevin Gregg will make his first appearance of the season for the Orioles, as Gardner will take Patton out of the ball game, picking up his first RBI of the year for the Yankees. Discounted ticket prices for groups as small as 15 and party facilities to fit 1,000. Camden Yards, a great place for a group outing and during the 20th anniversary season. Orioles.com/groups. There's a group right there. Group of 3. When they're active, it's like 20. Runner at first.
Kevin Gregg, the 33-year-old right-hander. You can see 22 saves last year, the 7 blown saves. Some nights he can be real good, and other times he can just kind of nibble his way through the lineup or the hitters he's facing. So 37 saves in Toronto the year before, and then 22 last year.
Russell Martin 1 for 10 lifetime off Gregg. Runner at first base, Gardner. And the big cut, all coming with 2 down as Granderson delivered the double, and Gardner got him home with a base hit and RBI. And now Gardner with real good speed on at first base being held. That's why Gregg is throwing over there. Gardner's walked off a good one. He's got that front foot ahead of that cut on the grass. And the pitch is going to miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, he can certainly steal bases. As we mentioned, 49, got caught 13 times. The big question is, Joe Girardi want him to run? Of course, it is only 6-1.
6 runs, 10 hits for the Yankees. A run on 8 hits for the Orioles. Not running, and the pitch is going to be down low. 2 ball, 1 strike count to Martin with Nunez waiting on deck.
Yeah, the one thing you look at Kevin Gregg, 59 2/3 innings, 58 hits. But what kind of gets your attention is the 40 walks. So 98 base runners.
There he goes. Wieters throw. Nope. A stolen base for Gardner.
Yeah, might have had a chance if it was a little bit more accurate. The quick release. And of course, Matt Wieters can do that about as well as anybody. But the ball tails a little bit. So he takes one look right there, and then the throw into him, and Andino can't catch it and tag him. Tries to, though.
Orioles giving up their first stolen base of the season. Yankees getting their second of the year. Breaking ball. Wow, did that have him leaning? And it's in there, 3-2. He was leaning backwards on that one.
Yeah, Russell said, I'm looking fastball, and that's what hitters do. He's looking heater, and he throws something else, and he takes it. That's what the good hitters do.
3 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down, and he got it. So Gregg gets the strikeout. 7th inning stretch time at Camden Yards. Brought to you by Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey. Fly straight. Drink responsibly. Got 10 hits. They had 21 in 3 games against Tampa Bay. They've had 10 in this one against the Orioles. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer back with you. And for the Orioles, the great starts in 3 games. The Yankees have messed that up a little bit here tonight.
Well, that's what they do. They wear out left-handers. Brian Matusz was not at his best. Threw the ball better, but as we mentioned before, if you were with us, he didn't pitch, he threw. That's certainly, he's got to change. He's certainly aware of that. On the other side of the coin, when you pitch against a guy like Ivan Nova, you got to outpitch him. Well, that's really hard to do. He's been really good, other than a hanging changeup. He's to Matt Wieters for the home run. He's given up some hits, but the one thing he does so well for a young pitcher, the clutch pitching, 215, runners in scoring position tonight, and they've gotten him in trouble. He's been able to get out of problems.
And the Yankee bats, they came in hungry after having been shut down by the Tampa Bay pitching staff, so they've come alive here tonight with the extra base hits, big hits, 2 out RBIs, a lot of smiles over there as they kind of get rid of all the talk through the first 3 games.
Well, you play 72 games in the American League East against each other. Last year, the Yankees won 39 games in the American League East. Tampa won 42-30 because they pitch better than anybody in the American League East.
So now the Orioles still with at bats and a chance to get in, but it's going to be tough with the score at 6-1. Wilson Betemit will come up. And the Orioles tonight, it's been a night where they've not been able to find that big hit. Betemit will lead it off here. Nova's gone the distance, takes that one to right field. Swisher looking. That'll take a bounce. And it gets Vine. Betemit will go to second base. He's got the leadoff double as Swisher gets it back in.
Yeah, it's going to be a long single if Swisher can catch it, which he doesn't. That's because the ball is crushed. One of the few balls that ends up in the middle of the plate, and Wilson's waiting for it. And a big 2-run double yesterday afternoon, and again right here, all Swisher has to do to catch it, and when you're down by 5 runs, you're going to put the brakes on it. So the Orioles get somewhat of a break. A runner into scoring position.
So Betemit delivers.
Their pitch count only at 79, but it is early in the year, and certainly have a rested bullpen.
9 hits for the Orioles in the ball game. Big switch put on here against Davis again, and Davis will foul that one off. He's had a single and has struck out. Nova has not walked anybody, and he has struck out 6 in the game. He had a 2-to-1 ratio last year. Strikeout to walks, 98 Ks, 57 free passes.
And then he very rarely has he got into those hitter counts, which is what Matusz got in trouble with.
Davis stays off the pitch. It cuts down on him, and it's 1 ball 1 strike. So the Orioles will try and mount the big comeback starting here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
There you go. Nice little strike the ball ratio too.
1 ball 1 strike. Davis took something off that one and gets the swing over the pitch. 1-2.
Yeah, that's the hook. Just amazing the quality pitches that this kid can make.
Jeter will hold the runner. Betemit at second base. And the 1-2 on the way to Davis. And he chops it off his foot. So he'll take a little walk, and that'll hold the count.
Yeah, the good curveball just keeps coming down, and when you do, you hit the top of it. That's how it hits it right into his right instep.
Davis back with a 1 ball 2 strike count. This is the 3rd start for Ivan Nova here in this ballpark. One-two delivery on the way down the line. That's going to be a base hit. Betemit's going to make the turn. Gardner up with it. Does not have a good throwing arm. Goes to second. Look out. It squirts away. Wow. That throw's made clean. They would have had an out at second base. Yeah, and the Orioles get the run.
Yeah, Brett Gardner makes the right play. And Nova, they give him the target up and in. You could see Martin reaching up, and he throws it down. Davis hits it inside the bag, and watch Gardner goes 6-1. Going to make it 6-2. Who cares? And right there, Cano doesn't catch it. Teixeira there to back him up. There's the second run for the Orioles.
So Davis gets the double, and the RBI is his first of the year.
And it looks like Rafael Soriano is up in their Yankee bullpen.
Soriano getting ready, being used a lot already in the first 4 games. Now Robert Andino. Andino with a double, and he is struck out. Each team with 10 hits in the game. And the fastball is going to be up and in.
Man, if you're Joe Girardi, a former catcher, Larry Rothschild, a pitching coach, that's what you're looking for right there. Tried to get up on Davis, got the ball down. Is he losing velocity? Is he losing location? And again, they have a real good bullpen in New York, or actually here in Baltimore for New York.
And that'll be a strike on the outside corner. And the age-old question for the manager and pitching coach: is the guy I have on the mound better than what I can bring in from the pen?
Yep. And that really sometimes depends on your bullpen, doesn't it?
Yep. 1 ball 1 strike count. Runner off second base. That one goes off Martin on a big cut by Andino, and the count will go to 1-2.
And don't think the Yankees don't like to see the fact that Nova now has just gone back to 94, a little bit of extra.
Joe Girardi on the bullpen phone, checking in on Soriano. Mariano Rivera asking what he wants for a topping. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And did he go?
Yes,
I bet he did. No.
Oh.
Tim Welke down at first base says no. 2-2.
Well, it appeared that he swung at this ball. Watch how far the bat head travels. Doesn't have to break the wrist. That's well out in front of home plate. Orioles
That was a
get
strike in the Tampa Bay series.
Yes, it was. It was against the Twins. It was a strike.
So it goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now they want to be sure on this pitch.
Well, you can't let it bother you. And all you got to do is look at the scoreboard. And when you got a 4-run lead, it's not going to bother you quite as much if it was 2-1 or 3-2. But he definitely swung at that ball when the Orioles do catch a break.
So let's see if he can take advantage of it now. And Dino doubled in the 3rd, was stranded. Now gets a chance at an RBI. He has a couple in the year. Here's the 2-2 delivery to him, and Dino takes it. He's gone.
Well, what a curveball that was. 2 back-to-back hooks. Don't throw him any better. And you get your arm out in front, and he does. Knee buckler.
So Nova does not let it bother him and comes right back and gets the strikeout. Now 1 away. Davis on at second base, and here's Nolan Reimold 1 for 3. He has picked up a single. Up high with it for a ball. The strikeout high for Nova, 10, came against the White Sox last August. He's got 7 in this ball game. Reimold inside. Martin with a little deke, pretending the ball had actually gotten by him to see if the runner would go. He turned around. Davis would have no part of it. Two ball, no strike count. Should get one to hit here. Reimold pops it up. Teixeira coming in. Martin's underneath it and had it. 2 down, 7th inning. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates tonight: Derek Jeter, 3 for 4 in the ball game. Andrew Jones had a big night before coming out. Couple of runs scored, including a home run. And Matt Wieters for the Orioles offense: a homer, a double, and a single. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 31826. Nova's done what we've talked about. He gets outs when there are runners on base. The tougher the situation, the better he is in recording outs.
And there is an art to that. You got to relax. You can't try any harder.
And Hardy pops it up. Nope. Nunez in fair territory. The Orioles will get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave a base runner on. 7 done here at Camden Yards. The Yankees on top. Detroit O's have gone 30-12 in the last 42 regular season games he's played in, including a 12-1 record in the last 13. A good luck charm.
Yeah.
See if it works tonight. Here's Nunez. Nunez a single, RBI and a sac fly, and he is popped out, making the start at third base. 6-10-0 for the Yankees, 2-10-1 for the Orioles.
Eduardo, he comes in, he gets a sacrifice fly, he bunts for a base hit, plays good defense. A-Rod gets to take a night off other than DHing. Pretty much what it is on a winning team. Get your guys out there, and of course Nunez can play shortstop, as you mentioned, so valuable utility guy.
The super utilities in this day and age. 1-2. Brian Matusz started, 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 innings for the Orioles. Darren O'Day's first appearance for the Orioles gave up a run on 2 hits in an inning in the third. Troy Patton a run on 2 hits in an inning in a third. Foul back.
Kevin Gregg working on staying that front shoulder a little bit more closed, maybe a little more deception, better command, maybe being a little bit more aggressive in the strike zone. He starts open, closed.
Ooh. Yep. Got him.
Yep. Never really got closed there though. Started open, stayed open, and then you go left, the ball goes right. Like a backup cutter that nips Eduardo, or at least gets his uniform. If you're going to get hit, you want to do it in the jersey.
4th time the Yankees have had the leadoff man on.
It's not a good omen.
Nope.
Unless you're the Yankees and you want to score runs.
Kelleher down at first talking with him after he takes that pitch in the ribs. So Nunez on at first base. Here's Jeter going for a 4-hit ball game. 3 for 3 and a sacrifice. 3 singles, a run scored, an RBI. And he will take the pitch for a strike.
Well, the prototypical guy that can hit it into right field, hit behind the runner or in front of the runner. A lot of options with Mr. Jeter.
Gregg being asked to do things a little differently than when he was the closer. Closers generally you bring him in to start an inning and it's the 9th, and you don't usually pitch more than that 1 inning. Kevin Gregg now in a more of a setup role, coming on to get out of the 7th inning and then right back out in the 8th as he pitched only 1 batter, Russell Martin.
He made a great pitch to strike him out.
That will be outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Derek Jeter, who has continued his assault on the Orioles with the 3 hits he's put up in this ball game. I think I said 3 singles, 2 singles and a double tonight for Jeter. 1-1, runner goes. Hit and run was on. He went behind him perfectly. Over to third base, Nunez just chopped it through the hole. 4-hit ball game for Jeter. 2 on, nobody out. Follow the Orioles with the MLB.com at Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or go to Orioles.com for details. David Robertson up in the bullpen on his birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, David.
Is he 25 today?
I think a little older. Yeah, a little older than that. Was that a nice little hit and run or run and hit? Start the runner?
Perfect.
Yep.
Now Swisher gets a chance to bat from the left side. Swisher's had an 0 for 2, 2 walks in the game. Runners at first and third, and nobody out. And he gets it in there for a strike. Swisher hit only .232 from this side of the plate last year. Almost 100 points higher from the other side. He'll take it, and it's on the inside corner for a strike. And the count goes to 1-2. Oriole pitchers have used a lot of pitches in this ball game tonight. Brian Matusz had to do that, trying to get control of pitches, and since then the Yankees, noted for driving those counts deep, have done just that.
And the way they do it is they just look for their pitch till they get to 2 strikes.
1-2 down to third base. Reynolds is going to look home. He's got him trapped. They'll make the tag, and Wieters will make sure the runner stays at second base. So they get Nunez, who was taking off and could not get home. As Reynolds makes the play to Wieters, who puts the tag on. Our Subway game flow. Yankees got on top in the first inning on the RBI by Teixeira. The Orioles tied it. Wieters with a home run in the second, and the Yankees 3 runs in the 4th inning, another one in the 8th inning, and another one in the 7th inning. While the Orioles did not score through the middle innings, picked up their next run in the 7th. And that's where we are now in the 8th inning. That's the first out recorded in the rundown. Fielder's choice, Swisher. Second base, Jeter. And Robinson, Cano. Cano with a single. 1 for 4. Robbed on a great play in the 4th inning by Hardy, who snared a line drive. It would have resulted in at least one more run and kept the inning going had it gone through. Cano takes the pitch down low and a 2-0 count. Cano is a .367 career hitter here at Camden Yards, and he's recorded 11 career home runs in this ballpark, consistent with the numbers he's put up overall against the Orioles. 2-0 delivery to him, down the line, foul.
Yeah, and then the 118 RBIs, and you go back about 3 years ago. You used to talk to Kevin Long, his hitting instructor. He said, one of the great hitters, but he only hit about 208 with runners in scoring position. He said, well, he's going to learn to. They pitch a little differently when you get runners in scoring position, which he did. So last year he hits 100 points higher, over 300.
And a Silver Slugger award. 2-1 delivery to him. Not quite. He looked back just to check. Now Gregg falls behind. 3 balls and 1 strike on Cano. Jeter at second, Swisher at first, and 1 down in the 8th inning. Looking to add to a 6-2 lead. A lot of hits, 21 combined hits, 11-10 the Yankees favor. And he walked it. Boy, there have been a bunch of those tonight. 4 by Matusz, 2 by O'Day. Now Gregg adds to it. The Orioles will maybe go to the bullpen again. So the bases are loaded. Alex Rodriguez an 0 for 3 and a walk in the ball game. They've loaded him up. Third base, Jeter, single. Swisher, fielder's choice, walk to Cano. That's going to go to second base. Andino shuffles 1. Hardy hustles 2. And they get out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a couple are left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, a 6-2 Yankee lead. To be the winner. A couple of runs, 10 hits, no walks, and 7 strikeouts in the 7 innings that he worked. And now David Robertson.
Yeah, check out those numbers. He was in 70 games. He was scoreless in 63 of them. Look at the strikeouts, 166 2/3 innings. The year before, not quite the same pitcher. Of course, he sat next to Mariano Rivera, who has 603 saves, came up with a cutter to add to his repertoire. Always had the great overhand curveball, and throws 93, 94 miles per hour. So there's your setup guy, and tonight he's just coming in to keep it exactly where it is. Nova was terrific.
Boy, Robertson, as Jim notes, spectacular in the performance he made. He led all American League relievers and was second in the majors in ERA with that 108. Led all American League relievers and was 4th in the majors with 100 strikeouts. And Robertson on for the 2nd time. He pitched against Tampa Bay in the Friday game, coming on in the 8th inning, and gave up 1 hit, walked 1, and struck the side out after the first 2 got on against him. So Nick Markakis will lead it off. Markakis, Jones, and Wieters due up in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Orioles. Yankees getting the start they needed from Ivan Nova. Ironically, only a hit shy of the 11 hits he gave up against the Mets last year in his rookie year. The most hits he surrendered in his young career. The Orioles got 10 off him tonight, but only 2 runs.
But again, only 1 hit with runners in scoring position. So the clutch aspect of pitching, kind of like playing the big points in tennis or hitting a big shot in golf.
Yep. 1-0 count of Markakis.
And there's a cut fastball. It just, there's so much movement. You don't see the spin. Looks like it's going to be here, and it goes there. That one right in on Nick's fist.
Markakis is 1 for 8 off the Yankee right-hander. Nick's had an 0 for 3 in the ball game tonight. Popped up, get into a double play, and flied out. A 1-ball, 1-strike count. Orioles need base runners, but Nova didn't help. He did not walk anybody, while Oriole pitchers have surrendered 7 walks in the game.
Well, I learned a long time when I was in an instructional league from Cal Ripken Sr. The other team, when you're behind, still has to get 27 outs.
2-1.
And as good as Dave Robertson has been, they're only as good as your next performance. It's just the way this game is. So the Orioles have 6 outs to work with.
3-1 to Markakis. Outfield shading him to left. And it's a strike. He'll come back.
And very rarely does Nick Markakis ever question a pitch, and he understands the situation. This ball is up and out over the plate. It's a walk. On base percentage, you need base runners.
So the count goes to 3-2. Interesting adjustment made by Granderson. We were talking about that on pitches. Granderson, who's already playing in and over to left, as soon as that 2-strike count came, he took like 3 more steps over to left field because he knows Markakis will be protecting, and the likelihood of a slap out into left center is more likely now with the count. 3-2 on Markakis. Takes it. Oh, he's going to argue.
I'll tell you what.
That's away.
Yeah, and Buck Showalter's going to come out and protect his hitter. That's just horrible umpiring. I mean, he missed 2 pitches that were obvious balls to everybody but him. And this is what you like to see from Nick. You very rarely ever see him question an umpire. But when they stick it to you, and that's the case here, why shouldn't you say something? I mean, the accountability, you know, they keep track of where the ball is. Those balls were obviously off the corner. And all you have to do is watch Russell Martin bring the glove back. And it was just horrible umpiring. I don't care how good you've been the rest of the night. Just uncalled for. 2. Not 1, 2.
and a big out.
It's embarrassing. And you know what? They're going to show it to the league office, and they're going to, oh, too bad. Make them accountable. And if you're accountable, you'll umpire better. It's as simple as that. You can't get away with that.
One strikeout on Jones on a steaming Nick Markakis called out on strikes to start the 8th inning. Jones a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game. And he'll chase one up high, and the count will go to 0-2.
Dave Robertson doesn't need any help. He's that good.
Paul Scribner working the plate.
And he's been good all night. You know, again, it's kind of like we were talking yesterday. Some pitching coaches, if the pitcher's out there, he loses his focus. Well, umpires are no different. You don't miss those pitches if you're focusing. And there was a cutter at 93. I don't blame Dave Robertson for throwing it off the corner.
Hey, it's worked so far.
Yeah, it has. And it's not just we're broadcasting for the Orioles. It goes both ways.
Well, those were, absolutely.
Exactly.
They weren't strikes.
Yeah, they weren't strikes.
In a big moment, I mean, the Orioles' chance to get back in is get that leadoff man on here in the 8th inning, and they didn't do it. And they're not going to get him on either. So Robertson continues his K count.
Well, that cut fastball allows you movement in the strike zone. And that ball just moves enough. Adam, a good fastball hitter. I mean, knee high, middle of the plate, but the movement, you just can't quite center it.
So Jones down swinging. Orioles now have recorded 9 Ks against them tonight. Here's Matt Wieters. Wieters 1 for 3 off Robertson, a home run. He's had a perfect night. He's got a chance, if he can get a triple, to hit for the cycle. 2 down. He homered in the 2nd inning, his 2nd of the year, doubled in the 4th inning, and singled in the 6th.
Yeah, when you put Dave Robertson out there and watch the way he closes his front shoulder, we see a lot of lefties do that. But again, you don't really see the ball. And then you couple it with movement and stuff and location and a big strike zone. It's going to be real tough.
Left-handers hit 156 off Robertson last year, and right-handers 186.
And we haven't even seen the overhand curveball. It's about as good as it gets.
A 1-ball, 1-strike count on Matt Wieters. 2 down, nobody on. And it'll go to 1-2.
Hitters are trying to center. Again, closed shoulder. Boy, does he get over his front side well. You can see the torque on the pitcher's body. I always felt that my front shoulder was my steering wheel. It kind of takes you where you want to go.
1-ball, 2-strike count on Wieters. Robertson's delivery will be fouled back.
You know, we saw him last year, and we saw him up in New York, and then they came back here to play, and he would end up giving a home run to Adam Jones, but he threw 18 straight fastballs, which was kind of unusual when you have that kind of curveball. You know, the Orioles weren't able to beat him, but it was just kind of a departure for him. And tonight he hasn't yet to throw one.
Keep him guessing, right?
Yeah, well.
1-2 delivery, and Wieters will fight that one off as well.
Well, a little changeup, but no hooks. I guess if you sit next to Mariano Rivera, who throws nothing, well, he does throw a 2-seamer, but nothing but cutters, maybe it becomes contagious. Because it certainly worked for Mariano.
Trying to copy Mariano might not be a real good idea. Right? 1-ball, 2-strike count with 2 down. Wieters takes it.
Well, there's
the Yankees were leaving the field.
Well, everybody was.
Strike.
Nick Markakis was going to get his glove.
That's the same place.
Yeah.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Wieters. Robertson will miss up high with it, and Wieters stays away. 25,478. 25,478. The attendance for the first of 3 against the Yankees. You'll join us again tomorrow night. Get up to the ballpark if you can. Wei Yen Chen makes his debut for the Orioles. Freddie Garcia scheduled to go for the Yankees. 3-2 delivery. Wieters launches out to right center. That's going to be a base hit. Anderson will cut it off and hold him to a single. And Wieters has a big night at the plate as Matt's 4 for 4.
Yeah, he matches Derek Jeter. Jeter with 4 hits and a sacrifice. He just goes out and gets it. You know, last year he hit better from the right side. Looks like he's off to a good start. Hitting left-handed.
So with 2 down, Mark Reynolds coming up. Reynolds a double. He has struck out and flied out. Struck out with a runner at second in the 4th inning and had runners at first and third in the 6th inning. Flied out. That's outside for a ball.
And I think the reason, I mean, other than the balls being outside, I mean, Nick Markakis doesn't always show you that intensity, at least visually, but anybody that knows him, he knows. He needs to get on base, and he earned the walk. Didn't get it, though.
That's going to be in the gap in left center field for Reynolds. Wieters will make a turn and stay. Gardner will get it in. So with 2 down, the Orioles have back-to-back singles for Wilson Benavides.
Without the ample strike zone, it would be 6-3 with a couple of guys on. Tie and run coming to the plate. Makes a big difference. Huge difference when the strike zone gets a little bit large.
Benavides coming. Robertson has now thrown 21 pitches in the inning. By the way, for Matt Wieters, 4-hit ball game ties his career high. He had 4 against Kansas City in July of 2009. And Matt's got a 4-hit ball game tonight against the Yankees. Now the Orioles will look to get him home. 6-2 ball game. The Orioles have out hit the Yankees 12-11. Benavides got one of them a double. He led off the 7th with the 2-bagger and scored. He is lined out and struck out. Two down. This is where the Orioles simply have not been able to find the big hit tonight in these runner in scoring position situations. Two on here. Wieters, Reynolds. Orioles just 2 for 12 tonight with runners in scoring position. That's a lot of chances.
Well, which is I mean, the good news is they've had those opportunities. The bad news, they haven't been able to take care of it. You know, that's the Yankees yesterday. Not a lot of opportunities. Hellickson on the mound. They got shut out, but they were 0 for 6 for 25 in the series in Tampa Bay.
And the strike is in there. Benavides making him work. And a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Well, ideally, ideally, you just want the strike zone to kind of remain constant throughout the game and get a little bit bigger. I think Wilson thought that ball might be a little out of the zone.
Robertson's delivery to him late on the heater. 2-2. A typical grinded out game against the Yankees. With lots of pitches being thrown, lots of hits. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Benavides takes it and the count is full. So with 2 down, the Oriole runners, Wieters and Reynolds, will be going on the 3-2.
Yeah, we have still, and this is the amazing thing, 26 pitches, no curveballs. You know he's not going to throw one here. He hasn't thrown one all inning.
Benavides, who spent time with the Yankees in 2008 for 87 games. 3-2 delivery. Runners go, and it's fouled away. You know he's thinking, Marquez, what might have been if I'd gotten on. Robertson, 3-ball, 2-strike count. Runners go. Bellamy ground ball to second. Played by Cano. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 more left on base. We go to the 9th inning. 6-2 Yankees. By Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to dodge.com and check out the powerful lineup. Camden Yards, first of 3 against the Yankees. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer. We go to the 9th inning, and Pedro Strop on to pitch.
Yeah, trying to keep where it is. That's last year on waivers from the Rangers. Really threw well for the Orioles. Hard throwing, great slider, throws it at any count. Hit 96 the other day. So he's done a nice job.
Mark Teixeira will lead it off for the Yankees. And we'll take it for a strike. Teixeira with a single and an RBI, 1 for 4. Granderson and Gardner to follow. Yankees trying to get out of the 3-game losing streak. Orioles, their 3-game win streak on the line. Look at the D.
Yep,
that's the shortstop right there, Hardy.
Yeah. Well, again, one of those situations with the scoreboard. You know, again, if it was a 1-run ball game, tie ball game, you might see a bunt. Well, if it's a tie ball game, he's going to hit a home run or try to hit a home run. But if you're down by 2 or 3 runs, but again, that's, you know, balls hit pretty sharply, but the shift gets him.
Shift will stay on for Granderson. Granderson has doubled and scored, walked and scored. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Greg worked an inning in the 3rd. Gave up just 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and a hit batter.
And there is Mariano
just
Rivera.
in case.
Yeah. Well, he pitched opening day, actually got a blown save, and so they may bring him in just to get an inning. We'll see. I would imagine that's the case.
He's warming up.
Mainly, yeah, because Dave Robertson will pitch count close to 30.
Pedro Strop, 26 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. Earning a spot in the bullpen. The games he played for Texas and the Orioles last year.
A former position player that turned out to be a pitcher. 97. You can't teach that kind of fastball.
That will be taken. 2004, he hit 200, had 3 home runs in a position, playing as a position player with Tri-City, and then ended up hitting 232 the next year. Decided that wasn't going to work, so the next year he started pitching. Grounded into that swing again, and it's played by Davis over to Strop to get the out. Granderson retired. Orioles way around, playing into pole. That's just what he did. Brett Gardner's had only one at bat, a single and an RBI and a stolen base. That all came in the 7th inning for Gardner. 2 down in the top of the 9th inning. This position in the lineup, 7th, has done well tonight. Andrew Jones started there. He got a walk, scored, and a home run. And now Gardner followed it up with a single and an RBI. Pitches up high for a ball. One-0 delivery by Strope. Looked pretty good. Didn't get the call. Then it'd go to 2-0. Here's the 2-0 delivery to him, and that's up high.
And it's an easy 96.
Orioles and Tampa Bay both starting out with that 3-0 mark. Boston and New York both starting out 0-3. Detroit won their first series. That's in there for a strike. Yankees and the Mets in Arizona also started 3-0.
Yeah, down in Texas, Yu Darvish, $111 million pitcher. He started. He walked, gave up 4 runs early. Very wild in the first inning.
Taken.
Of course, Texas came, or at least they lead at 8-5. So.
Three and two down. Gardner to second base. Andino. Stroke comes on, gets it done. Tires the side in order in the 9th. The Orioles' last chance, 3 to work with. Davis, Andino, and Reimold due up.
With those extra post game, and Rick, for the first time this year, Orioles have to bat in the bottom of the 9th. They've had their chances, but the Yankees keep getting the big outs when the Orioles have men on base.
Well, it's been all about the walks tonight. Oriole pitchers have walked 7 batters. The Yankees have taken advantage of that. Both teams are still hitting the ball pretty good, but the Yankees have obviously had more men on base.
So the Orioles have 3 outs to work with, trailing by 4. Let's see how it turns out. Back to the booth. Let's rejoin Gary and Jim.
All right, Jim, Rick, thanks very much. And not very often that you see this. Mariano Rivera in a non-save situation coming into a ball game, but here he is.
Yep, he pitched on Friday down at Tampa Bay. 3 hits, a couple of earned runs, third of an inning. First had converted 60 of the last 61 saves, on his way to 603. Look at that, 60 strikeouts last year, only 8 walks. I think Joe Girardi get the 42-year-old right-hander out of Panama some work. And again, he doesn't usually throw a whole lot of pitches. He's all about throwing strikes, the cutter, and occasionally he'll just throw the 2-seamer that'll dive away from the lefties, but usually throws it into the right-handers.
So Rivera will work here in the 9th inning. The Orioles, the opportunities, they've had only 2 innings in the game in which they did not leave at least one on base in the game. Davis is going to lead it off. Oriole first baseman, a double, single, RBI, 2 for 3 in the game. Rivera's delivery to him is up high for a ball. Well, let's see what the Orioles can do against him. They've, over the years, have not been able to do very much against Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, Nick Markakis down the lineup, 6 for 17, good number.
Rainmaker to third base. Nunez, look out, and he makes the catch.
And Derek Jeter says, I'm glad you caught it, because I thought it was pretty routine until you went into foul territory, and everybody holding their breath, including the Orioles, because this ball, it ends up being fair. There we go. Okay, it's over here. And right in, a little snow cone.
He was about 5 steps in foul territory,
yes.
Then had to come back and go the other way. It was a long run. Post pattern. Here's Andino. Andino will take it down low. Andino with a double, and he has struck out twice. Rivera's delivery to him, that'll be away, and the count will go to 2-0. Tough night. Not just that the Orioles are losing at 6-2, but they've out hit the Yankees 12-11, and they've just not been able to come away with a big hit. Nova outstanding in his start this year. First start, a couple of runs, 10 hits over 7. Robertson worked an inning, a couple of hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, and now Mariano Rivera trying to wrap it up.
And it's also not a bad idea. I mean, if you come out of Florida, of course Mariano doesn't really pitch too often. You're indoors. Now all of a sudden for the first time you're outdoors. Why not at least acclimate? I don't care how long you pitch, and the ball feels differently when it's colder, it's slicker, not a lot of humidity.
If this game stands as it is, Nova is going to win his 13th consecutive game, and the Orioles' Brian Matusz is going to lose his 10th consecutive. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Andino. Girardi's team looking to get in the W column. Here's the 3-2 delivery in the air to right. Playing shallow Swisher, drives him back. Warning track up, no good, off the wall. Andino goes into second base. He's got a double and has 2 of them in the game.
So the first time, 0 for 5, now 1 for 6. Swisher, he's playing shallow. They do play shallow. And this is a small ballpark, and over the head of Nick Swisher off the scoreboard. And again, the play in front of you. You're down by 4 runs easily into second base.
Nolan Reimold. A couple of hits, 6 at bats, including a home run off Rivera.
And that's
tonight he's had a single. 1 for 4.
Really yet to hit the ball hard this season. And all his hits have been the soft variety. So we certainly hope that he gets off to a little bit better start.
Rivera will move it in on the plate and get the strike called.
See, that's that 2-seamer. He throws everything. A cutter, you throw it 4 seams, a little bit off center. It goes away from the righties into the lefties, but again, he'll throw with the 2 seams, stay on the inside of the ball, and it actually dives back to the righties. And there's another one
inside again.
And then what he'll do, Gary, he'll throw that cutter right at you, right at your left hip if you're a right-handed hitter, and then he'll bring it back. So again, no changeups, no curveballs. There's his pitching coach, Larry Rothschild, in his second year as the Yankees pitching coach.
2-1. Reimold going for 1 right there. He had 8 at home, 5 on the road, home run wise last year. Here's the update on the AT&T voting for the player of the game. You can still cast your vote, A, B, or C, to 31826. Results in the O's Extra post game show. Reimold 2-2.
It's that extra sacrifice. Both of them getting 4 hits. Jeter and Wieters. Oh, he wanted to call it, but he didn't. He was outside.
So Reimold takes it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Orioles with 13 hits on that double by Andino is out there at second. Reimold waiting, 3-2 delivery. And he's gone. Foul tipped into the middle.
Yeah, a little high slider. You think it's going to come back, and it just stays inside. It just moves enough. And then just, what, about an inch over the bat.
So 2 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. 10 Orioles have struck out tonight. Each of the Yankee pitchers with at least 1. Nova 7, 2 Robertson, now Rivera 1. And outside to J.J. Hardy. Hardy's got an 0 for 4. Rivera with a runner at second base. Not a save situation. Headed towards the seats. Gardner over and no play. Hardy with the 0 for 3 off the Yankee closer.
You know, the amazing thing about Mariano, that he's pitched this long with the 603 saves, is that even if the velocity's gone down, because he used to throw in the mid-90s, the movement hasn't. So it's still very difficult for hitters to center the baseball.
1-1 delivered. That's going to be the left. Gardner there, and that's the ball game. Hardy on the hard hit ball. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on here in the 9th inning for the Orioles, who suffered their first loss. Nova gets the win. Matusz will take the loss. Yankees now 1-3, and the Orioles 3-1. Game 2 will be coming up tomorrow, as Wei Yin Chen will make his major league debut for the O's, and Freddie Garcia scheduled to go for the Yankees. Our coverage on Masson begins at 6:30 with O's Extra, presented by Jeep, and our game at 7. For Jim Palmer and our great crew here at Camden Yards, I'm Gary Thorne. Final score: the Yankees come away with the opener, winning it by a score of 6-2. This has been a Masson presentation. Jim and Rick coming up next. O's Extra. Adieu.